Good evening, and welcome to Vol d'Espoir, Curse of Strahd! Oh no, I'm hearing an echo of myself. I've made choices. It's fine. I fixed it. Okay! Anyway, we are brought to you tonight by Pepsi Peeps and other unholy things that should never have seen the light of day. Not really. But anyway, we are so glad to have all of you here after a hiatus. I'm very excited for tonight and to be back here with all of our lovely players. So, going down the line, really quickly, we're just going to say name and character names. You may have noticed that there's someone new with us tonight. Really quick intro. Sam, he is a tech wizard and a figment of your collective imaginations. And as to who he's playing, you'll find out shortly. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, let's go with the usual round. Gene, name, character name.
Hi, I'm Gene, and I play Charles Henri, cleric of the Raven Queen.
And Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Miller, and I play Larkspur Birchbark, the mama bear of the group and the oak and reaver of Barovia.
Aha, Ralph.
Hello, I'm Ralph, and I play Kremen Martikov, barbarian and soft-spoken quiet man.
And Poet. Don't forget Poet.
Occasional.
Okay.
And Harry.
And Harry. Very
and
Harry.
vampire.
And Vampire.
And vampire, yes.
I'm
Look,
not
there
a
we go.
vampire, Larkspur.
Granny's on the tree,
Oh.
it's happening.
and Rennie.
Hi, I'm Rennie Stern, and I play the Darling Dominic, silver-tongued bard and great mistake maker of the group.
And I am Julia May, your DM. Various denizens of Barovia, weird creatures and crawly things and hands under beds and weird stuff that just goes bump in the night. So that is me and us, and we are here tonight to bring our show to you. And I want to thank all of you again for watching and being here. Quick announcements before we jump into the game itself. So Ralph, his channel, Verdo Night, he does various shows. Specifically, I think just the only one coming up is Multiplayer Monday, right? Multiplayer Monday. I don't know what I said. Multiplier Monday.
Markiplier?
Markiplier? What?
Here? Did you guys give me an early birthday present?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So anyway,
God, I shit
Sam will
myself.
use his castle on Markiplier.
And then Markiplier enters.
it's
All an elaborate ruse.
So that's that happens Mondays. One thing for our channel that also we would like to announce coming up on Monday nights as well, if you would rather do something more like I guess not even D&D related, but like talk show kind of stuff, we have our show Dungeon Delvers, which should be Monday? Question mark?
It'll
Whatever,
be a
sure.
day.
It'll be a day, someday during the week. In which Rennie and Gene talk about all things gaming, D&D, nerd, etc. So come down for that. I'll be plotting that. Caitlin, she does art, beautiful art. She does the art for Verdo Night, and hopefully when we become affiliates, which we are very close to, once very, very close to, we will hopefully get emojis or pay her to make us emojis too. So
Thanks.
yeah. Anyway, she's awesome. And then. Other than that, yeah, Wednesday nights, if you want more D&D, Gene and I play D&D over on the Players and Creators channel, run by some very good friends of ours, and we get to play crazy antics as a strange frog person and a wizard. It's insane. Anyway, so those are pretty much our announcements, and now to real business, aka the game. Normally I would recap, but this time we have a journal entry from the one, the only Dominic. So please, if you please, Rennie, read us what Dominic has to say about the adventure thus. And when did this happen? On the last long rest he wrote this entry, I'm assuming?
So I am saying that he did this in the first time that we sat down with the Mountain Kids. There's going to be a portion of like the stuff that's happened in the Amber Temple that I'm not going to talk about because I kind of would rather talk about it when we are like through it as opposed to midway through it, Right. So this is kind of recapping some pretty much the stuff that led up to us getting here. All right. So this is Dominic's 5th entry. Greetings from the other side, beloved. What am I on the other side of? I have no idea, honestly, but it feels like there has been a shift in the direction for yours truly and his merry band of compatriots. We are on a path now that leads to the heart of Barovia and its mad ruler, but in all honesty, I am bloody terrified. Charles has his righteous cause, Gremin his rage-driven ambition, but me? All I have is doubt. I am well aware that killing the crazed vampire lord of Barovia is the right and noble thing to do. It just seems so unattainable. How does one slay a demigod with centuries of experience, principally in the art form of murder? I suppose most of my time spent in this god's awful place has been answering that very question, and yet the actual doing of the thing seems far outside the scope of my capabilities. In my short time in Barovia, I have seen and experienced things that I thought otherwise the stuff of fairy tales. So I suppose this is just one more monster to slay, but it feels like it's happening to someone else. I remember a time not so long ago where my greatest concern were where was I going to get my next bottle of wine to drown my various sorrows, and thankfully that time has passed, but to be a hero for an entire nation, that is meant for greater men than me, right? Regardless, it has been many days since my last entry, so I will sum up the last few days with all the brevity and wit I can muster. I suppose I shall start from our encounter with the Dragon Knights of this accursed land. In weeks past, we had found a manor that was built in service to said Dragon Knights, and we made a vow to return to this place and put the poor souls haunting it to rest. Apparently, it was time to make good on our promise in the most theatrical way possible. We recently acquired a dragon skull from a coven of witches via murder and trickery. We laid this skull to rest with the remains of the rest of the dragon's bones, and in a magical outburst that would have made even Mordenkainen jealous, a beam of light shot into the sky itself. This beam of light seemed to provide even Barovia's gloomy weather. It seemed to pierce Barovia's gloomy weather, and a sense of hope rushed into all of us in attendance. We were then thanked by the ghosts of the Dragon Knights long past, but still I lament not being able to keep the skull as a hat for dear Gremin. It was probably for the best, but we did what we did. What is important is that after this massive beacon was lit into the sky, that we received an invitation from the Ancient One himself in the form of a horseless carriage. This invitation was to dinner at Castle Ravenloft, and whether we were to be his guest or served as the main course was a bit unclear, but we sent him a response born of pure arrogance. Now, dearest one, you know me so very well, and when an individual flexes their authority at me, I am overcome with a sense of duty to respond in a rebellious way. Some might say to a mischievous degree. Well, this time was no different, and we sent a message directly into his skull. Don't ask me how Charles Henri does these things, but he did, saying to him that we would show up when we damn well pleased, and to kindly piss off as well. We then sent a Blinsky doll of his likeness back in this horseless carriage with a stake through its heart. As I write this, I see that perhaps threatening this creature that counts his murder victims in the thousands wasn't my finest decision, but his arrogance lights a fire in me like few things can. So, after some childish yet extremely satisfying antics, we found ourselves in Kreshk, seeking out the Ancient One's brother Sergei von Zarevich. Alas, while a pleasant enough ghost, he had little to offer other than that we were close to completing his sword, and sent us in the direction of our next objective, the Amber Temple. We ventured into the mountains, where a voice had called to me in Katarina's tongue, offering me wishes and grandeur. Apparently, I wasn't the only one this voice had reached out to, as other members of our merry band reported similar tidings. So off we went, towards this strange and probably definitely cursed place. On our journey up the mountain road, we encountered an ancient gatehouse, where upon inspection, my dear friend William was being held in a cage and tortured for an unknown amount of time. Side note, William taught me swordplay, something I never thought I would need the skills of. After freeing him and doing some snooping about, we surmised that this was a site where one of Strahd's handmaidens used to sate her dark appetites. There was also a minor incident involving myself, Gremmin, a golden statue, a very cranky Charles Henri, and a few gargoyles, but it hardly seems worth the telling. After sending William off to reunite with his hairy friends, we continued our way up the mountain pass where suddenly and violently Charles was attacked by a vicious goat. Yes, a goat. It was kind of hilarious to everyone except for Charles and Larkspur, who was quite put out by having to harm the beast to stop it from sending Charles tumbling down the cliffside. The goat was quickly pacified by Gremmin, who thought it was a good idea to haul the thing with us to wherever we were going, and it turns out he had good instincts. We found ourselves at the Amber Temple soon after, and I can only imagine that this place was stunningly gorgeous in its prime. Once inside, we quickly came into contact with a group of mountain folk who thought it a good idea to take psychedelic mushrooms and enter a haunted temple in order to prove themselves to their backwoods culture. Unsurprisingly, they were not having the best time of it, and in fact, one of their members was missing. After some gentle coaxing as well as goat offerings, we became friends of a sort, but if their people's idea of passing into adulthood was to trip balls and go to a haunted temple, then perhaps that is a culture that deserves to pass into obscurity. We told the kids and their very shaggy dog, possibly a well-tamed wolf, to wait it out in this small sanctuary while we investigate. And that is in fact where I found the time to write this journal. Looks like it's time for us to be getting on with it, though, so I will write to you once we are through this probably, definitely very awful place. As always, thinking of you, darling Dominic Darling.
Oh. Snaps. And so are you all right with me recapping a little bit of what happened in the Amber Temple, or would you rather? Okay, so just for everyone else, since then, basically they have encountered a strange skeleton creature that Charles Henry is 100% sure is a lich. Actually, they're all pretty sure is a lich, hanging out in a back room in the castle, and he's very friendly, but they're not sure what to make of him. So, Charles Henry, of course, wants to kill him, but the other players, everyone else thinks that perhaps they should restore his memory because it seems that he's very forgetful and just keeps repeating himself. So, maybe we should help. And that's pretty much what we are up to. If anything else happened, I'm sure it'll come up. But yeah, that is where we are going to start, is pretty much right where we left off, and we are going to jump in to this moment.
Ow. I do not relish fighting wizards at all, ever.
It's no time to be talking about relish.
There is a slight scent of burnt animal flesh in the room because of the Arcana Loth that you have just killed. So,
have we looked? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you need healing, Dominic?
Dominic looks down at himself, and his shoulder to nearly his navel has got this black mark just running down his chest. We should probably get that looked at. Yeah, mate.
Oh, it's here. How about you all, Loxby, you were mentioning about searching and things. How about while you do that, I will tend, and I will cast Aura of Vitality, and over the next minute, I'm just going to start healing everyone 2d6 until they tell me not to.
I think I'm good. So you're good on my end. Is the circle thing that's on the map, is that currently still active? I can't remember. It was
I thought you guys took it down.
Okay, I thought
I'm
so
pretty
too.
sure you
I just
did.
wanted to make sure. I think so too. I think once combat dropped, most of the things we dropped. So
Rennie, heal 20. Let me know what you need more.
I look like I could use a lot more healing.
Okay.
oof. So you got
Sorry,
like wrecked.
sorry. Are we all healing 20, or is it just Rennie right now?
Right now, him.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because
I'm-
this fight opened up with me eating
Eating a
a
fireball.
finger of death or
Oh yeah,
Finger of death
or
first.
disintegrate, one of the two, and it sucked.
Heal
Yeah.
25 more.
You almost
Okay.
got Krillin.
I look
Yeah.
fucking great.
Do you need more healing?
I look perfect.
All right, Gremlin, how hurt do you look?
I am fine, thank you.
I'm going to heal everyone. This goes a while.
Oh no, there's no problem. I am fine, thank you.
I heal.
Have you been hit, Gremlin? Stop being stubborn. Have you been
Oh,
hit?
Gremlin is actually fine. Do not
Oh,
worry.
okay. Okay. Insight check.
Roll for insight versus
Because I don't fucking trust him in the slightest bit. That's a 15.
Can I just tell her my hit points?
Yeah.
It's 131 out of 138. I'm fine.
Well, you could be
I'm actually
138 out
good.
of 138, though.
Rennie, are you still hurt?
Nope.
Okay, well, Gremlin, you heal 8.
Great. I'm max.
Listen, I have 10 of these, and I have one more left. And I healed myself full, I healed him full, and I healed you full. Larkspur,
I'm full.
you're fine.
Give
Okay.
one to Loxpa. Don't
Yeah,
let him feel left out.
I mean, if you want to heal me
Great.
just to make me feel
Yeah,
like I'm part of it all,
You heal 6 because
hell yeah. 83 is 83 still.
it lasts a bunch of time. So I have 10 of them, and I use 6 on Dominic, 2 on myself, 1 on Gremlin, and 1 on you.
His boyfriend.
Perfect.
Locke, are you going to check the body for
Yes.
things?
Yeah, I'm gonna examine the body if anybody wants to
Did you guys
do
already
the
do
hang
that?
with me.
Not yet.
I don't think we did. I think we ended after combat, right?
Yeah, I don't think we searched the body. I don't. I'm gonna check my notes and see if
Yeah.
I wrote anything down.
That's a good
'Cause
idea.
Did you guys find the pink spectacles? You remember the pink gem spectacles that you found?
You know what?
I don't recall that.
Because that
Randy probably
was,
has it.
that was his stuff. So there
Yes.
was that, and there was a
Yep.
robe.
Golden crystal lenses, spell book. I got
Got it.
robe of useful items.
That's it. That was what you
Oh,
found.
Scroll of moonbeam.
Oh,
that's,
so we're
that's all part of the robe of useful
Yep.
items.
Yep.
Yep.
so we've
Okay.
already done this then.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm
So-
gonna make sure he's dead and kick his dead body.
He's
That's what
dead.
I'm gonna do then.
He is very dead. He is lying.
How dare you
very
make
still.
foxes look this way? Ugh.
You
would've
give foxes
defended
a
you.
bad name.
I
What would
would've
they say?
defended you.
What would
Ugh.
the foxes say about you? Anyway,
I defended an evil goat. Ugh.
Anyway, as
The worst
Larkspur
goat.
is kicking this, I'm actually going to cut the scene. So you guys are there. This is happening with you guys. Meanwhile, in another room, in another place, suddenly, Vic Evandale, your eyes flutter open as you see high above you, and you're trying to make out what's going on, a fresco ceiling that depicts angels on fire. You are being dragged slowly through a door, and you don't quite have your senses about you yet. Like, you still can't move. You still feel like you're just strange because you've never in your life that you remember ever been drugged or that you could recall, but you feel like you can't move, and you're kind of just blinking through eyes, and you hear 2 voices talking for a minute as what sounds like an old man says, "Do I know you?" And the other voice says, "Quiet, I'm not here for you." And you just are being dragged, and pretty much at this point, you are in a room that is, let me see if I actually have a description for it. Yeah, so there are shards of obsidian on the floor. That's one of the first things that you kind of notice. And then there's like alcoves. The walls are weirdly like a golden color or like an amber color. It kind of reminds you of the color of honey. It's very strange. And it's pretty much at this point that all of you guys hear a voice on the other side of the door from where you are. So in that area where you remember that statue that compelled you to go towards it, and then you guys destroyed it. That's in the room right behind you. Okay, you are hearing a voice talking, and it's at this point that Vic, you come to your senses, and also everyone on the other side of the door is hearing something.
Am I able to speak?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm still being dragged.
Yes.
Hey! Stop it! Stop!
What?
Ow!
How are you awake?
Hey, cut that out! Hey!
How are you awake? You aren't supposed to be awake. Voice says.
Stop it! Stop.
So this figure drops you. So this figure for you, Vic, is a tall, kind of almost purple-skinned elf. Not purple-skinned. I'm not actually sure. I think it's more like a gray color, grayish skinned elf, and he kind of drops you and looks down like he's shocked that you're awake, and he's like, "No, you need to go back to sleep. I still they told me that would last for 3 hours. I still have a spell to finish." And you guys are hearing these voices.
You dragged a sleeping guy across the floor. What did you think was gonna happen, guy?
I don't know, but you're not supposed to be awake yet. Oh no.
Do you all hear that?
This is very bad.
Do you think it's that statue that, like, I felt, the jellies in? You think it's that?
It's coming from above us.
No, it's actually. It is above you because you got it's up. Yeah.
It didn't speak in my mind.
It didn't speak in my mind either, but maybe it does now. Things are weird in this fucking temple. I don't trust it.
I'll send Lenore through the doors if they're open.
I don't remember if you left them open, but we'll say that one of them's cracked open. So pretty much at this point, Vic, there's a raven that noses its way through and flies into your hut. It's like, are they here now? And just like speaking, and you're like, what?
Am I like tied up or restrained in any way?
Yes, you are. So you are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You definitely. You've been tied up. Your hands are tied behind your back. Your feet are tied together. He's been dragging you. So you're kind of like on the floor, lying, looking up at the ceiling at this point. But like you could tilt your head back to look at the door, which is how you see this raven fly in. Charles Henri, are you using her eyes, or are you, or did you just tell her to tell you?
Yeah, I told her to tell me, but if it's that interesting, I'll probably use her eyes.
She's gonna be like, there is a man tied up here, and another man that we've seen before standing over him. That elf. And she kind of like she tries to like prod into your memory, and you kind of remember. There was that guy that came to talk to you on behalf of Strahd, and then he ran off and jumped on a horse. And kind of gives you the picture of this guy, that guy. It's him. This guy's standing here. Yeah.
I immediately go, there's a man captured upstairs with the elf that serves Strahd. Gremlin, you're probably the fastest climber in Larkspur you can fly. I'm going to have to take the long way.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys do? What do you all do?
This is ridiculous.
Gremlin would climb
way with you.
Gremlin would climb, but he doesn't appear to exist currently, and I'm not quite sure why.
Oh,
Gremlin actually died last combat.
Gremlin, it was so sad. He died. R.I.P. Gremlin.
He might be in the same square as Dominic.
Oh, is he?
I checked. I can't move him from behind him if he is.
No, he was next to the wizard dude with me because we ganged up on him.
Sorry, let me find him. Also,
I was almost going to say we gangbanged him.
So we don't have currently an icon for Vic, unfortunately. So we will have to use something else in the meantime. So I'm trying to give you permission so you can move this, Ralph. Can you move him now?
Now I can, yes.
Okay, and I know this. Let me have that. I should have done this ahead of time, but I forgot that you token because in my head I'm like, everybody has tokens. No, wait, actually. But we will get you one made by the same artist that did the others. Here, this is monk token. That sounds sure. This thing. Okie dokie. All right, so. Fine, we're using the Krampus token. You are currently Krampus. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Right, yeah.
Let me give you permission. Are you on? You're on the roll.
I do not know it.
Oh, shoot.
I only see it on the live stream.
Hold on, let me get it to you. All right, it's gonna be in the chat.
Cool.
Oh wait, that
Which
probably
chat?
won't take you to it. Okay.
Do I see Charles turn to like run up those stairs?
Yes.
Charles, no, come here. And as Charles begins to approach, I unsling my golden lyre and I go, "Atetival!" And I play a note and I begin to float in the air, but I like reach out a hand to Charles so when he catches up, I can grab him. And I cast levitate with the lyre and begin to float the 10 or 15 feet to the next level.
Okay.
And Lark, do I see you transform, or do you? Or I mean, you might not want to. 'Cause...
I'm like, just knowing how this has been going, I feel like Lark would want to hold off on transforming just because there is a lich
Sure.
now.
Makes perfect sense. Also, our day just started. Like, let's remember, like, we woke up, dealt with that
Yeah.
awful spider woman that messed me
Yeah,
up in a bad way.
Yeah.
And then we had this fight. So
it's like already so much shit has happened.
yeah.
And in such a small amount of time.
So as I see like Charles coming, I kind of look next to me and see Lark. I'm like, I can carry both of you, not for very long, and we don't have very far to go. And I reach out a hand to Lark too.
Yeah.
And I imagine I'm like, oh God. I am straining horribly. We only have to go up like 10 or 15 feet until you can grab the ledge.
It's still two people.
Yeah.
Gremlin is just going to casually walk up the wall.
Just like okay.
Oh,
so
sorry,
pretty much
14
as soon as you and I'm sorry, I'm gonna make sure that Sam is on here as well. Because I don't think I gave him the right thing. Is there a way to actually shoot? Yeah, so basically as soon as you guys get around to the end of the like the top of the thing, you can see that guy, Rahadin, I mean, I don't know if his name, but the guy that you remember as the servant of God is in fact standing over this guy who is tied up.
Very rude.
We will go through and describe our characters for each other since playing with us. So as you enter the room, just give a little thing about your character. Why don't we start with you, Sam, since you're what they see when they come in?
Yeah, my character is maybe like the world's least inspiring Asimar. You like sort of look at him and you're like, that's an Asimar? He's just sort of like scrawny and dirty. And he's like not ugly, but he's like certainly not like handsome. But like he's got like, a little gold tint to his eyes. Like you can tell it's an Asimar, but like you kind of have to do a double take. And he's just wearing like normal, just like traveler's clothes that are like really like tattered and beat up, and he's dirty and like cut up and shit. And that's about all you see. Just looks like a beat up, sorry, sad sack of shit Asimar.
Okay. Alright, so that's what you see. Alright, so now as each of you get in there, pretty much describe what you look like.
Here, gang, for us OG, let's just roll initiative, and that'll just be who gets in the door,
Perfect.
I got a 13.
Yeah, actually, just everybody roll initiative anyway, just in case.
Oh, I don't like this. I was
had
kidding.
a 15. Yeah, seriously, what did you just do, Rennie?
I have a 16.
Ooh.
14.
That's like 16, 15, 14, 13.
Yeah.
Nice.
Something's
this
happening
works
right now.
perfectly for our little intro. We're all like right behind one another.
We're literally on top of each other.
Yeah.
All right.
And Sam, you should be able to control. All right.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm just gonna move up here as we float.
So okay, so the two 16s, you two can fight over who?
Were there two 16s?
I thought so. Didn't you go? Oh no, you didn't. All right, sorry, 17.
1, 5, 1, 6.
Oh, so the
13,
16 is the highest,
14.
other than me. I got 18, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then, sorry, 16.
Oh, yes,
The
that's
two.
me.
Yeah.
All right. Standing at about like 6'4" is this fucking man who is built with the strongest of farming muscles, like what good bread and hearty stews could build. He is though he has like kind of like one of those constantly like nice guy faces of like always a little bit smiling. He has like bright blue eyes, but he's clean shaven. He does wear this imposing like blackened half plate that comes over in an executioner's hood. On his back is a great sword and also a war scythe that kind of looks almost like a reaping scythe. He definitely has raven and feather motifs around his armor, and besides that, he has two prominent holy symbols. One seems to be a sun. I forget what else, the Ravenkind symbol, but the other one that seems to be above it is a vial that has a singular raven feather in it. And he looks like he has a pleasant smile. He looks young, but he also looks a little bit wise for his age, and that there is a deep and maybe sometimes dark, fervent drive that fuels who he is. And that is Charles Henri. And then you've already met this Raven familiar who she seems to have strange, almost like dark shadows wisping from her and elongated feathers. And you can definitely tell while she's a raven, she probably isn't. She probably has some sort of fae relationship, in her ancestry. And she is Lenore, my raven familiar.
All right. I believe next is Rennie.
No,
Yeah.
I'm last.
Wooly? Oh,
think
never
it's-
mind. Sorry, then Bremen. I don't remember what you rolled, man. I didn't write it down because I thought
I
you were
think it was
16
Lark
for
next, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Mark,
I
Grem,
thought
and
he was
me.
13. Wait, so
No.
you're
I'm
13?
13.
Oh my god! Okay, never mind. All right, there. Scratch that all. Okay, Caitlin,
It's okay,
go.
we all know. It's good. It's good. So Lark enters the door, and you see a full elf, very pasty, pinkish skin, long, wavy pink hair draping down below her back. It's tied up in like a half knot braid in the center of her hair. Forest green eyes. She stands at 6 foot. She's slender, but you can see that there's some muscle there. She wears beautifully colored armor that her dear friend got her. It is autumn colors, and there's like brands of different animals scattered across each of the pleats, right, Rennie? In the back and around the front. And she has a very, very big bird-like nose, but she's actually really pretty, almost Disney princess-like. But there's something rough about her at the same time.
Do you mention the antlers?
Oh, and I'm still getting used to these, and so is she. They've grown a bit, I'm assuming. And there's tiny little, like, deer antlers coming from the sides of her head now. They're like a beigeish, brownish red, and her eyebrows seem to be a little fluffy and feathery, and that's not her norm. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. I was like, I don't know if you mentioned them, but you did.
I didn't, and I fully intended to, but we're still getting used to them.
All right. So then, now that I've completely messed up the order, now it is Gremmin's turn.
Gremmin needs to stop watching the chat because they're murdering me. Gremmin is built like an upside down Dorito. He has
That's amazing.
just
right side up Dorito.
well, okay. See, like a triangle typically would be like that. So he's upside down Dorito. He's got it's broad shouldered.
Doritos.
Amazing.
He's broad shouldered. Stands at 6'6", has craggy features. His face looks like it's been broken several times. Not just his nose, the rest of his face. And he's got perpetually greasy and sort of lank, sloppy hair. And he looks like he has a scent that you wouldn't want to smell.
He does.
He is very proud of that, and will be very angry if Dominic tries to do anything about it. And that's pretty much Gremlin. You see him sort of mumble to himself. Oh, he is also currently, and this is also a new development for him. Thank you,
We're
Lark.
getting used
He's
to these things.
currently possessed of an incredible beard, just of a length that you could only describe as prodigious and dwarf-like, just spectacularly long. And if you were to look at his face and see his eyes, you would see that they're almost completely white.
That's my favorite part.
Almost as though he's blind. He's not, but his eyes are just completely whited over. And that's Gremlin.
Gremlin, then therefore. Now it is then Dominic's turn.
So the shortest of the group, by some measure, comes a very lithe man, almost of a dancer's build. Very narrow hips, narrow shoulders. There is some muscle definition, but not much. He looks human at first glance, but there's clearly something else in the blood. Like his eyes are a little almond shaped. There's a bit of a tip to his ears. But he wears this sort of form-fitting, supple leather armor. He's got a rapier at his side, a golden lyre strapped across his back. Dominic enters the room with pizzazz. It's the only way he knows. And, he definitely is probably one of the prettier members of the group. Just there's makeup. His jawline is very well defined, high cheekbones. And Gremlin's hair is a bit messy and mountain man, and Larkspur's got this great braid. Dominic's hair is perfect. Like, as he comes in, there might be blowing wind and air. Dominic's hair is coiffed and perfect. Dominic comes, he's got these kind of stunning emerald green eyes, dark, almost black hair, sort of a very light brown to his skin. And yeah, he doesn't really stand out much as being sort of this skinny, shorter fellow with the rest of them, but he sort of has this big, expressive eyes that really sets him apart. And he will be the last one in, drawing his rapier as he enters the room, seeing a tied-up, disheveled homeless man, and this elf that we had been searching for quite some time that one night, and kind of pointing the rapier forward in a, what in the nine hells is going on here?
And he just goes, ah, fuck, and you just see him disappear from your view.
I do have see invisibility running.
Does that see Misty Step if they go backwards through
Nope,
something? Cool.
100% no.
You have no idea where he went. You have no idea where he went. None of you do.
So now it's just the homeless person?
It's just the homeless person on the floor, tied up.
Hey, weird stinky people, please untie me.
Yeah, sure. Who was that? Did he kidnap you? Are you his?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I mean, I've seen that guy before, but I was sleeping, and then suddenly I was here. I mean, like I was in the castle. I was like sort of nearby, but not like tied up and being dragged across the floor when I went to bed.
You know that the castle is very far away from here, right?
You didn't know that, actually, Vic.
I'm not stinky.
No, it's me that is stinky. Do not worry.
Stinky aura. It is unclear from where that is coming.
No, it's me. It's very clear. Do not worry. It's just me.
Quick clarify.
You came through the door very quickly. It could be anyone.
That's
not
fair.
me.
It's Gremlin. It's him. But you were sleeping in Castle Ravenloft?
You do not know the name of the castle that you were in. No one.
Maybe.
Yeah, all right,
I never asked the castle for its name.
Yeah, all right. Dominic sheathes his rapier, and kind of in a fluid motion, a knife appears in his hand. He just sort of flicks a wrist, and there's a knife in his hand. Do you have a name, mate? And Dominic will begin to saw at your bindings.
Oh yeah, I'm Vic. Hi. Susie has an arm prick. Hi. Hi.
Well met, Vic. I'm Dominic Darling, and I'll let everyone else introduce themselves. Just be a minute.
I'm the non-stinky Larkspur Birch Bark.
Nice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
Hello, I am the prodigiously stinky Gremen Martikov.
Why,
It's a
why are
pleasure
you so
to make
stinky?
your acquaintance.
It's his
Uh,
charm.
It is also nice to meet you. But why?
Why? Because
I
Bremen,
get a
a
little
homeless
close.
man is
it's a
asking you.
choice, Trust me.
Bremen, a
Why?
homeless man
Because-
is asking you why you smell. I just want you to be aware.
it's important to maintain a natural musk in life. Is very important to have
No.
unique smell, just like unique sound and unique appearance.
You get used to it.
None of those things sound necessary. They all sound very optional.
You know, Vic, I think I like you. And you will notice now that I'm close to you, kind of sawing, I smell like lilacs and violets.
Smells like stinky plants. It's fine.
And
Lilacs smell great.
I am
Sorry.
I am Charles Henri. What? How did you get here? Besides, you said you were dragged from my castle.
Yeah, I was invited to dinner, and then I thought I was gonna get like a job, and then
Oh, you won.
some guy tried to convince me that instead of doing my job, I should become a vampire, and I passed
Good
on
choice,
that
mate.
offer, and then I was here. Yeah.
Was that a hard pass or a soft pass?
My opinion on the situation, or how it was delivered to the person who made the offer, because I was also trying to not get murdered.
So
You
he
know,
went
fa-
to dinner. I'm just saying.
We are still going to dinner, Larkspur. Do not worry. We are getting there.
As they say this, Vic, you remember the offer that brought you to the castle as soon as they mention a dinner. The reason why you went to the castle in the first place, the offer that you were given dinner or brew for the castle.
Yeah, brewing thing, right?
Hmm?
The brewing thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm just not mentioning that.
Okay, no, that's
Oh.
fair. I'm just telling you that's like you remember. Oh yeah, that makes sense now. Maybe I was supposed to
Sam?
make it for them. Okay.
Because I'm kind of like sawing at your bindings,
Sure.
Dominic's is taking a little longer than like it probably would take to saw through bindings with a knife.
Sure.
I am kind of checking your pockets. I'm not running your pockets with my hands. I'm just taking a look at you. Do you have a belt? Is there a pouch that's bulging? I'm kind of giving you a once over.
Certainly wearing a belt and that he's like fully dressed. I would assume that most of his other belongings have been taken from him.
So yes. However,
thing-
I will say, as you sit up too, like as he's helping you, there is a staff. You took the staff, right? Or no?
Yeah, staff.
There's a staff beneath you that you don't remember being there before, and you kind of like put your hand on it as
underneath
you're
me?
sitting up. Yeah,
No.
it's just like beneath your body where you fell. It wasn't there before.
So yeah, I guess as you release him, he's gonna like find the staff thing. But also, if you get close to him, you'll notice like peeking out from under his shirt, you can see like weird, sort of like faded, like golden like tattoos, sort of like peeking up through his shirt, but not like prominent or bright or anything. But other than that, he just looks like a weird homeless Asimar.
Sure.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna say they didn't take your stuff. I mean, like, I don't see that they would take your money or anything. Like, I think you still have everything.
Okay.
I'll tell you how much that is later.
Yeah, he has a backpack. I don't know.
Cool. And Dominic will finish freeing you. And well, there you go, Vic. A pleasure to meet you, and I'll help you to your feet.
You as well. He's very slow to get up. He just looks like he might just hurt himself trying. Very frail man. And he just sort of picks himself up on a stick and he's like, ugh, thank you. Man, nothing like being dragged across a floor to really just tighten up all the muscles, right?
Do you need healing?
Yeah. I think I'm actually all right. I think I'm just like very uncomfortable and tired. And
I mean, you clearly need a tailor mate, but you look fine.
I'm very dusty. This is more
Very.
dusty than I normally am. I assure you, I am usually less dusty.
I'll take your word for it. So, Vic, you said you were invited to dinner. I'm guessing the person who invited you's name rhymes with Bod Von Darovich. We don't
Yeah,
like to say his name out loud, just real quick,
sure.
because
Yeah,
he can hear you.
yeah. I think that is correct.
Right. Are you from? All right. So weird. I'm not interrogating you. This isn't. This is Barovia.
A great
And-
preface to interrogation. I applaud your charming tactics.
Cheers, man.
Carry on,
That's pretty much all I know.
Let it out.
Right. So, we are in a pretty much terrible, awful, probably definitely cursed temple. So are you from Barovia, like our friend here? And Dominic will gesture at Grumman.
No. I'm
You're not?
pretty new here. Yeah, I haven't been here very long.
Where do you call home, if I may ask?
Originally, I was born. Well, I grew up in Waterdeep. So I'm from like.
Faerunian? Oh, and Dominic falls into a hug. He's like,
Oh, God.
bless you.
All right. Just sort of curls up and just a loud. All right. Yeah. Not from here. Oh boy. Yeah, can't. I mean, I'm not gonna walk you through my whole life story right now.
No.
But,
Waterdeep's enough, mate. Waterdeep is fine.
Did
You're
it come
about
here
to
to make-
pay.
yeah.
You've seen the Sword Coast.
Indeed. Yeah. Not from here. Didn't come here to make friends with the vampire.
May I make an
maybe-
insight check on our friend
Yes,
Vic
you
to see
may.
if he's telling the truth?
You may. And if you're lying at all, you must do a deception roll. Sam. If you're not lying, then it doesn't
I have a 21. I'm really just trying to suss out his whole idea of I refuse to work for Strahd, and that he's not some sort of trap by Strahd to lull us into a false sense of security.
As far as you can tell, he is telling the truth.
Right. Well, I'm not from Waterdeep, but I've been to Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate. I was a traveling performer before I came to this terrible place. So I believe Charles is from hometown. Locke as well. We were brought here. We did make the choice to come here, as much as I lament that choice sometimes.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I mean, it seems like you have a decent head on your shoulders, Vic. You don't like any part of this, and that tells me you're not a bad folk.
That is generally my disposition towards most things.
All right.
So, pretty much as you guys are having this conversation, from the doorway behind you, a head sort of creeps around as Vilnius kind of leans over and is like, "Oh, what's going on in here? Oh, I remember you!" And you see the face of one of your old adventuring party members, Vic, leaning around the door.
Oh, this guy. Hi. Hey, pal.
Hello!
You two know each other.
Yes, we came to Barovia at the same time about 2 weeks ago. Us and our whole crew. Well, I don't know where the rest of them are, but yes, he was in my wagon that came into.
Yeah. How did you get here?
Oh, I just kind of walked.
Walked.
Yes.
Through Barovia.
Yeah, why not? I was fine.
Where is everyone else?
I mean, I can give you
Oh,
several undead reasons why not,
Oh,
but
I mean, not at night. Oh my gosh, no. I hit up trees.
Wait.
Are you crazy? Oh
Wait,
my
you
god, that would have
walked?
been horrifying. No, I'm fine. Yes, I was just wandering through Barovia and hiding in trees and hiding away from things at night and I told you I'm a wizard's apprentice. I have some spells that I can, use to help myself.
Definitely yourself. We have not seen you help us yet.
Oh, well, I mean, this is a very scary place, and I can't compare to you
But
adventurers
so is
at all.
Barovia at night.
Oh,
Hidden trees.
yes. Mm,
I'm just saying. I've hidden trees
There
at
haven't been
places
any
less dangerous
werewolves.
than this.
Everyone told me there'd be werewolves and all sorts of scary things, but I haven't seen a single one, and you guys do realize you have kind of cut down on the scary wildlife since showing up, like...
As he says that, Gremlin snarls at him just a little bit.
Oh, it's so scary.
That's a
It's
vampire
so
right there,
terrifying.
so be
And his,
careful.
pustules kind of, wobble
Oh,
as he,
oh,
bucks
God.
away.
It's all
It's
right.
too
Vilnius.
easy. It's too easy.
Listen, there is a saying about cowards, fools, and beggars, living out the end times, and I suppose you're one of the lucky ones.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Wasn't a compliment.
Uh,
But cheers. Vilnius, Vic's okay?
Oh yeah, no, Vic is a wonderful, wonderful person. Yes, he's very kind. That I remember, and he's actually looks kind of to you like he's struggling to remember who you even are. Like you didn't even take. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Vic, you probably Did you spend a lot of your time trying to avoid him when you guys were traveling together? I mean, he kind of went his own way. Yeah. So he even though he's saying this, you kind of get the impression that he doesn't really remember. He probably didn't pay you much mind either. Like he had his own thing, so he's like, yes, he's a wonderful, wonderful person, Vic. Wonderful guy, great guy. That's all.
Useful as always.
That's me.
Anyway, so Vic, all right. You seem decent enough. Cheers. You had the unfortunate luck of being deposited in this not so great place.
Certainly not ideal. Yep.
I guess what's next for you, mate?
It's a great question. Not sure I have a solid answer, but
No.
I think resolving my current problem with the folks that put me here
Sure.
would be relatively high up on my list.
We
Go ahead, please.
Oh, I was going to say, this place apparently has some knowledge of your not so recent friend who decided to drop you off here, and we were coming here to explore it to find out what information we could learn about the bastard. If you would.
The ancient one.
Yeah. No. I got the reference. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I mean, I'm certainly not gonna fuck off by myself, so at the very least for the foreseeable future, I'd love if we could not get murdered together.
Not being murdered together is like my favorite thing. I will say this, Vic, again, I'm not here to ask you your personal goals and motivations, but listen, if you want to get back to Waterdeep or somewhere near Waterdeep and not this truly terrible place,
I live here.
Say again, Brennan.
I live here.
And have I spoken a mistruth yet?
No, he's terrible. He's fine. Do not worry. Continue.
Vic, what I'm saying is, you're welcome to tag along, but tagging along with us is sort of like painting painting a target on your back in an archery range. Do you get me?
Yes.
So, listen, you're welcome to come with us, and we may have the answer to get back. We're still not sure. But if you do, things won't get easier, is, I guess, the point I'm making.
Buddy, let me tell you, they never fucking do. Yeah. So I guess where I'm at here is I would very much like to go home at some point. But
Same.
I have I don't think it's happening anytime soon. There's more work to be done.
Right. Yes, of course. Oaken Reaver, any insights into this gentleman?
Are you comfortable with being in an adventure party with a vampire? I got it now. It's a very important question.
I don't have anyone to blame but myself.
Yeah, you're right. You're goddamn right. You're Salune damn right you do.
Fortunately, there are no vampires in
We
our
have a
group.
vampire. We do.
He's-
You see, did you notice the first person to protest? That's all I'm saying. Vic's good with
Are these
me.
your fangs?
No, not me. Not me. I'm not the vampire. I'm a good civilian here. I'm a good person.
Civilian! Oh, yes, absolutely civilian. This
We
you.
are tourists, if anything. Bad tourists at that.
I am currently a civilian because I'm the Oaken Reaver.
I mean, doesn't
That's
that
true.
technically
Just sort
make
of
you
like
not a
civilian.
civilian?
It makes me somewhere in between a civilian.
Right. Well,
A 2 billion.
I guess, Vic, as we were mentioning that we are adventurers and we are get into dangerous situations, can you fight? Or are you going to be like, and I kind of gesture at the fucking incompetent
It's a good question. Is useful to be able to handle yourself in this place.
like, I don't want to have to babysit for two.
I have a remarkable knack for not dying,
That is useful.
if nothing else.
All right. Well,
I guess I could be misinterpreted as I run away from things. I tend to just find myself in dangerous situations that we just happen to find our way through. It's a constant struggle.
sounds like Tamora has looked kindly upon you, friend.
Sure, and he just sort of like leans into his staff.
How old does Vic look?
He looks like late 20s, early 30s. He's not an old man. He is just like a weak, scrawny, just like pathetic looking dude.
Vic, you look like your shirt and your pants are a bit in tatters. Do you normally wear armor? Was it taken from you? Are you lacking a weapon that perhaps? I mean, Charles has 2 right now. I mean, can we help you somehow, mate?
I'm
Defend
okay.
yourself.
I'm fine. You'll see. It's exhausting. I won't try to explain it. It'll be okay.
Guys, I'm a little worried now.
All right, I'll switch over to Elvin. What's going on? Do we know?
Yeah, we're all thinking. Yeah, we're all Elvin but Gremmin right now. Guys,
Except
I'm a little
Gremmin.
scared.
Gremmin and Vic are like exchanging looks right now.
Listen,
Okay,
I don't
all
think he's a
vampire
bad
jokes
guy.
aside.
It just seems like maybe fate kind of took a shit on his life.
Yeah, he does not.
Yeah.
He looks like a bag of shit in like a 5 foot tall person's body. And I
Like
say
Potter.
that lightly. He seems nice, but I'm afraid.
I don't know if you noticed, but he's got a little something
You
going
think he
on
was
here.
in like a gang or something?
Maybe.
I mean, what gang?
Waterdeep
I
is
don't know.
is heavy on like. I mean, you're from Waterdeep. Isn't there like a lot of like,
I'm not from Waterdeep, but yes, I've dealt with the
Well, you know what I
criminal
mean.
element.
Oh, and listen. All vampire jokes aside, he said he's gonna show us.
He also,
makes me
to be fair though, he did refuse Strahd's offers and influence. I'll tell you,
All right, we'll be rude. Be rude.
Okay.
Sometimes they just
I
do
can
this.
see
I try
hand
not to
gestures.
listen.
Yeah.
I understand
Sorry-
what you're
sorry
saying,
about
but
that.
I'm
It
not
was-
a moron.
Listen, I was talking about Gremmin being a vampire. Thank you very much.
That is
Don't know.
mostly true.
I was talking about you.
Charles,
Well,
you're kicked out of the club.
I'm not going to lie to him. He's not stupid. That would be rude. I literally want to discuss about him.
Out.
Without
As we
him-
were having your conversation, you all turned towards each other and started speaking a different language and going like this. It's not,
All right.
it's not
I'll be
I'm-
honest with you, buddy.
like high academy, like intellect.
you're
that's
right, you're
required to
right.
Figure out what's going on here.
Okay, we're just a little hesitant because it is Barovia, so you have to kind of give us some slack. We've seen some wild shit along the way, and we've experienced some terrible things, and
Totally.
we've lost people, so I'm sorry if we were rude. We're just a little nervous.
Listen, Vic, we try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but Barovia has taught us that is not always the case. Regardless, mate, you seem good enough, and honestly, I'm glad to find someone from the homeland. It's actually kind of refreshing, but we are on a path that is going to take us pretty much right in line with the big man. And I'll be honest, I don't know if all of us are gonna see our way through that. We're sort of in a do or die kind of place, and it would feel irresponsible if we were like, "Come on, mate, we have tea and crumpets, and also your probable death." So just you should know that going forward.
Yeah, I think nice of you to be so forthright about that. I don't really think I have a lot of options here. I think we gotta do the thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, pretty much if you want to get out of here, I think the only way is through him, whatever.
Douchebag.
All right, Vic, then I suppose let's do a little current events and we'll get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right, so we showed up here a day and change ago. We dealt with some undead, took care of them, we found your friend, and Dominic, puts big bunny ears, found your friend.
Is he still standing there?
Probably.
Just
We don't have a
having
lot of
this
respect for him. He didn't help us at all.
We also came in contact with some mountain folk. They were some really silly teenagers who took some mushrooms and decided this was the place to go when they wanted to get high. Don't fucking look at me. We have since sent them back home, so they are away from this place. One of their members turned out to be a horrible spider woman, and I don't want to talk about that more than that. And there was a wizard here who tried to kill me twice, but we killed him. The thing we're doing now is there is a... Do you know what a lich is, mate?
Yep.
Great. Well, all right. You have a head on your shoulders. So we met a lich, but this lich seemed to be not all there, right? So our plan right now, as it stands, and Vic, welcome to the team, is to meet with this lich, perhaps restore his mind, and hopefully the idea here is that this lich will then aid us in finding out information about Big Asshole, information about this place, we do know specifically that the big V has been here before and performed some rituals here. So we're sort of trying to figure out what that was about. We only know that he did it. We don't know what it was about.
And we do know that this lich has information that only he has, and no one else has it.
Yeah, he has some secrets about him. So we've sort of explored, and Dominic will kind of gesture out the doors. We sort of explored this entire first floor, second floor of this area. There is another level which we intend to go down at some point, and we believe things only get worse the further down you go. Yeah, that's that pretty much brings us to where we met you.
I will lower my voice so that only really Vic and the rest of you can hear. We also have the lich's phylactery if things go south.
Good. It's very good.
So.
Right. Did I forget anything?
No, I think you hit all points there.
Okay.
Is there no time like the present to go speak with this man? And listen, I want to destroy him because that is my faith. But if this is a curse laid on him, not by his choice, I could be more lenient.
We'll see.
I mean, listen, if I could see, asshole sort of cursing his mind. If he has a secret or knowledge that could work against him, I could see a sort of, as a failsafe, a contingency, whatever you want to call it, kind of disrupting this creature's mind.
Listen, everything in me tells me to kill him, but when we find out, when he gets his memories back, if it is a curse that was laid on him and not a choice he made, I cannot hold him at fault for becoming this abomination.
I will say, considering everybody we've come into contact with so far who was bad guys, and then we found out the reason they were bad guys was not under their control, it's not super far from, you know what I mean, where we are currently. Kind of seems par
Right.
for the course.
And that is why I am so willing to listen to your reason in this
I'm
position.
hoping.
And I
Yeah.
hope too. I hope there's something we can do to help, but
Mhm.
there may not be. Let us, I guess, no time, and let us do this.
Oh, I guess before we get going, Vic, do you potions of healing? Do you have any on you, mate?
Vic sort of like pulls his backpack and opens and stares into it for a second.
You have a potion. I'm gonna say you have, a potion of like regular. What are the levels? Like a basic healing potion, or not a basic, like a medium healing potion.
I got like a little something in here.
All right, just as long as you have one. We have a couple sort of spread. You know, we have a few spread around. If you needed one, I had one for you, mate. I don't know if you, if things get scrappy, if you like the front, the back. You will figure out, I imagine, your place with
Yeah,
things.
I'll play around all of you. It sort of depends on. You'll see.
All right, I live to be surprised, my friend.
Sorry, it's just I'm not trying to be secretive. It's just very difficult to explain.
Listen, mate. You have no idea how much I understand that. No idea.
I'm
sure.
not hiding anything. It's just very hard to explain. It'll just be way easier when it all sort of.
I'm sure you will feel the same way when you see Graham and a few of us act. All right.
All right.
Into this
If
room.
that's the case, any preparations we'd like to do before we talk to this gent? I know we all speak the language. I can still see invisible things, and Dominic will immediately do the look
No,
around.
there's nothing around you right now.
It's fine.
If that guy was there, he definitely booked.
Oh, real quick, and Dominic fishes out a pearl that glows sort of a purple hue for a moment, and I'm just going to use my pearl of power. And I'll take back that third level.
Gremlin's spell slots are all sword based, so
Oh, sword-based ones.
I cast Slash.
Do you cast S-word?
Maybe Lox, but why don't you guide yourself to see if you can hear, look into deeper meetings, and I will guide Dominic so that he can talk to the Lich and maybe sway him.
Oh, and right, just so I'm clear, how are we unclouding his mind? Is that you, Charles?
Yes, I will use the prayer beads.
All right.
All right. You said guide?
Yeah, just so I know that you are very insightful in nature, and so that
Mm-hmm.
both of us kind of paying attention, there might be deeper meanings. We can see if he was under control.
Got you.
And
Yep.
I figured I will guide Dominic because his silver tongue can be more silvered.
Smart. All right, I cast guide on
I
myself.
don't think that's possible, but let's find out.
May the Raven Queen guide your words, and I cast guidance on you.
Cheers.
And let us step into this room.
Let's get to it.
All right, so you guys go through, and Vic, you don't really know where you would come from, but as you guys go back into the main room, Lich, you realize that as soon as you hear his voice, Vic, you're like, oh, that's the guy that I heard as I was coming in, as being like, do I know you? So pretty much as soon as you all enter the room, yes, this Lich kind of turns, his red eyes glowing in the center of his skull, and he goes, oh, do I know you?
You're about to.
Okay. Well, I am about to make some wonderful tea. I will just go.
Hold on. Here, my friend.
Hmm?
Come here. we're going to help you
Shuffles over.
remember.
Click, click.
And I go, and I look at him, and I will like put a hand on his shoulder, and I go, "You're about to get a flood of memories. I want you to know that we are currently your friends, and we are here to help you. So please do not lash out." And
okay.
I will hold the prayer beads, and I go. I take a deep sigh as this is like going against everything, and I go, "May the Raven Queen clear your mind, because she is the keeper and mistress of secrets." And I will cast Greater Restoration on this lich.
Okay, great. So, yeah, he sort of, as you cast this and the arcane magic sort of surrounds him, or the the Raven Queen magic, whatever, he sort of like grips his head for a moment and sort of like looks up as his eyes flash with this magic, and his mouth kind of opens in a silent like skeleton scream for a second, and he just kind of stops, and he kind of is like looking down at the floor for a minute, and then he's like, "No one has done that for me in all of this time. I'm sorry. I thank you for all that you've done. I don't remember your names. Would you mind reintroducing?"
I am Charles Henri.
Charles Henri.
Uh,
and
I'm Dominic Darling. Are you Exithantha?
unfortunately, my own name is lost to me. I remember everything now, but it is a curse that I cannot remember my name, and even your spell, young master, would not reveal it to me.
What if he casted it again?
I appreciate
It's a good
your
idea.
efforts, young mistress, but unfortunately, nothing will return it to me except great and powerful magic. It's part of unfortunate bargain I made. So I will.
All
But
right.
perhaps that is my name. If you wish to call me that, you may. Because I don't know if that's my name.
Why don't I just call you Thanth? Just rolls right off the tongue.
How about Xanther? I prefer that. Thank you.
Xantha. All right. I mean,
All
it is
right.
your name after all. Or
Yes, and
your pseudonym.
And what is your name, sir?
Dominic Darling.
Dominic Darling. Pleasure to meet you at last. True.
And you as well.
Yes, and I don't remember you. He looks over at Vic like, "Heck are you? Are you in here?" Like,
I don't remember you either.
"Oh, good. Well, at least we're on the same page then, young sir." You're
Yep.
all young to me. All right. Well, moving on. So yes, and what about you, mistress? With the are those horns attached to your head? Are they? I'm sorry. Are they growing from your head? What is happening there?
Yeah.
What sort of magic is this? He sort of like bustles over, like he's fascinated with them, and it's like he's not touching you, but he's like, "Oh my, yes, this is some
gives them a
powerful.
grip and
Whoa, this is some powerful Fey magic. Oh my, I would love to study this for a long period of time, but unfortunately now is not the time. I'm sorry. What is your name?"
It all makes sense. I'm Larkspur Birchbark.
Larkspur Birchbark. What a lovely name for a lovely young woman.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And you, the bearded one, are you a dwarf? Why do you have such a flowing beard if you're not a... Are you half
Tall,
dwarf?
though.
Do
No,
I
I know,
look
but maybe
like
he's
dwarf?
half. I don't know.
No, I am not dwarf. My name is Gremin.
Gremin. Oh, that doesn't really roll off the tongue. Gremin, that's all right. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Indeed.
Well then, so you are all here. What brings you here? I'm sorry. If we had a conversation about it, I don't remember what that was.
We're going to start fresh, my
Okay,
friend.
excellent. Would you like tea? I can make you tea, although I have no idea how old these tea leaves are. They're probably
Xantha,
terrible.
it's fine. It's fine. We're
All
good.
right. Well,
I
let
would
me know
love
if
tea.
you change your mind.
One.
You
Vic
want tea?
would like
I'll
some
make
tea.
sure, Vic. Hold on 1 minute. And he kind of goes and bustles, and he like smells a jar, and he's like, "Oh, that's putrid." No, and like is kind of going through, and then he's finally like, "Ah, yes, this tea. This tea comes from the top of a mountain, And it still is good, believe it or not. And he sort of, and as he pulls them out, they're almost like little, like dried, round balls of tea leaves. He sort of puts some in a cup and he starts to like make the water. And with a puff of fire from his finger, he lights the stove again and like starts this thing, and he starts like making it and bustling around. And he's definitely using Mage Hand to help him half of the time. He's not doing it himself like he was before. It's kind of like, but he does it almost second nature. Like it doesn't bother him to use this much magic, which he definitely was not doing the last time you saw him. It's like, oh. So you have come here, for knowledge, I presume, which we have in spades in the Amber Temple. What year is it? Does anyone know, by chance? You say name of year.
It's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My,
Year.
what a time it's been. At least 300 years. No, maybe more. Goodness. Then he just kind of silently finishes making the tea, and he hands it to you, Vic. Vic, it definitely smells like a very strong, herbaceous tea. It is warm. It is good.
Thank you. Very hospitable of you.
Oh, no, well, I don't often get guests. I do enjoy them. There was Nephron used to visit me more. He's some Arcanoloth, but he stopped visiting me a long time ago. I wonder whatever happened to that boy. Anyway.
Oh no, he is dead. Do not worry.
Oh, really? That's a shame. Everyone dies, I suppose. He was once a wizard like me. We all were. Us in charge of the Amber Temple. But over time, slowly they all fell to the temptations of the temple. Huh, as did I suppose. It's unfortunate. It happens to the best of us. It could happen even to you. But fortunately, I'm assuming you're not here for that. None of you would be here for power or glory, would you?
I don't think that we are here for the temple's offerings.
Oh, good.
We are here though.
We have to have a talk, otherwise, if that was the case. That wouldn't hurt you, but a stern talk for certain.
That's not our goal. Xantha, I'm going to cut to the quick. You used to have a patron who visited here, with the last name Zarovich. Do you know who you speak?
Goodness, yes, Prince Strahd. Yes, he used to come here quite often, many years ago. How is he doing? Is he all right? He was a good boy back then, but I worry. He spends too much time reading books that he shouldn't in my library.
I think he sought that power you were warning us about.
Yes, they all do eventually. I'm not surprised. Maybe only a little sad. In fact, he's one of the last memories I have. He came to visit. I don't remember anything after that.
Can you tell us about that visit?
So, yes, he was, oh goodness, it's so long ago. It's much, much longer than years, I'm sure, but, oh goodness. He came because he was looking for a gift for his brother. His brother was getting married to some young lady named Tatiana at the time. Very beautiful girl by the description. Strahd painted such a lovely picture of her. She sounded lovely. And he needed some information, and I led him over to the library. And Strahd had been to visit many times and had been all over the temple, of course. I mean, as they all do. Very smart man. So he just managed all right. But yes, he read some books, and then he asked to talk to me, and we had tea. And I don't remember anything after. That's the last thing I remember. But I am old, so could just be my brain going. I don't know. I mean,
He could have cursed your tea or poisoned you.
I mean, I was not alive. I have been this way. He kind of looked at his body for much longer than Strahd has come. The temple fell many Strahd ever set foot in the lands of. And I have fallen to this long before that.
Xanth, you've been very open with us now that you are whole again, and I would like to do the same with you. You seem an honorable man, if not a bit reclusive.
I like reading. What can I say?
And there is nothing wrong with a good book, but this prince that you met so many years ago, he has turned to darkness. He has gripped the land with his sorrow, with his sadness, with truly his sickness. And he himself has succumbed to a condition similar to yours, not quite the same, but
A
he no
condition.
longer draws breath. He feeds on the living. He is a monster in every sense of the word.
When you say he feeds on the living, how does he feed upon them?
Like literally.
He is a vampire.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Here, and I will pull out the journal with like the page where he like encounts like his vampirism, and this is his own handwriting.
Indeed it is, I remember it well. He sort of sits there silently and he's like, Would you come with me for a moment?
Sure.
Sure.
And he sort of turns, and I'm gonna show you on the, and he goes to the wall next to his desk, which for some reason was never searched by everybody. And he sort of holds out a hand and presses on a certain spot on the wall, and the wall opens to reveal a passage. And he moves from that passage into this and stands before a like another spot on the wall, and he whispers some word in a language that none of you recognize. And the door opens and he walks in. Do you follow him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Cool.
sure none of us recognize him?
Oh.
I thought you didn't find it. Oh, the
What?
word? What languages do you speak?
I speak Draconic, Dwarvish, and Infernal.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I actually didn't recognize it. That's all.
No, it's fine. The door opens, and Vic, as soon as you're inside, you're like, I was just in here! Because you look up and the ceiling has a fresco of angels literally on fire. I'm gonna read you some description of what this amazing room looks like. It's like my dream room. Wish I. I always feel like I'm Belle in Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so while this library seems small at first glance, you find that the ceiling is so high you can't spot its end. So you see like the edge of the fresco, and then it kind of keeps going, and then it kind of fades into darkness. 6 immense black marble bookcases line the walls and stretch up into unending heights. Each shelf on each bookcase is filled with well-preserved tomes and carefully stacked scrolls. The amount of knowledge within this single room seems unfathomable. Dozens of floating copper lanterns light the room, hovering at various heights throughout the library. To the north, a black marble railing encloses an amber staircase that spirals gently down to a lower level. Embroidered rugs, chairs, and lit candelabras fill the center.
This is rather impressive.
It's
Xantha.
fancy.
Yes,
Very
thank
fancy.
you. Thank you. And he kind of like goes over and he's like looking at various shelves and he's like, no, that one, no, no. And he sort of goes over and he pulls a book from the shelf, and he's still holding Strahd's book in one hand, but he takes it out and he's like, I would like to sit and read this for a time, but you should hold on to this. If what you're saying is true, then I fear that Strahd may have fallen to one of the dark beings that resides with the temple, and this book will tell you more about it. But I must read this to understand what's fully happening. I wouldn't mind to give me some time. If you need tea, you can get yourself tea, but I must read Strahd.
No, that's actually excellent.
And please
just to give
feel
you-
free to read the books here. They are here for. Just be careful. Sometimes knowledge is too much of a good thing, you know.
Thank you for the offer, Xantha. We have a theory a belief,
Hmm.
and you can dissuade us of it or what, but we believe that perhaps this place, whatever he did to you, whatever knowledge he gained from here, is kind of how he learned how to infuse himself with the very land itself. We think this may be a source of power for him, and our hope is to cut him off from that power.
Then you should definitely read this that I have just handed to you, if you
All
believe
right.
that. Because if you're going to tell me that your goal is to kill my friend, which I'm sure it is, but many have done that in the past, I will tell you this, that you cannot kill him. I mean, you can, but he will only come back. This land has a way of bringing back those who have died, he says, kind of chuckling to himself. And then he's like, and yes, just read the book. Read this, and I think you'll understand a bit. And he sort
All
of
right.
shuffles over to like an overstuffed chair and kind of sits down, and this cloud of dust immediately puffs up in the air around him and sits down, and he begins to read Strahd's journal to himself.
My friend, did you see a dusk elf move through here while you were a little bit clouded of memory?
It's quite possible, but if he was he with you, and he sort of looks at Vic.
Like
Was that?
we were in the same place. He wasn't like with me.
Yes. Oh, you were tied up, weren't you? Kind of
Yeah,
that now.
rather
Oh,
unpleasant. Yeah.
yes, that man. Yes, he is a friend of Strahd's that I remember, but I'm not sure what his story is. I don't know much about him.
Well, we know he is a servitor of the beast, shall we say. We are not big fans. I'm going to leave it at that.
That's fair.
Well, Xantha, thank you. I think we have much to discuss. We have this book, which probably is very much worth reading. There is also more to your temple, and not that I necessarily want to explore it. It may be in our best interest to do so.
Oh, the library or the rest of the temple? The temple? You can explore it, but I warn you, you should be careful, because he sort of looks at you each and he counts you, and he's like, where's the other one of you? There was another of you. Where did he go? And you guys sort of look around and you realize that Linnaeus is not with you.
Son of a bitch.
Thank God, that is a creepy dude.
Wait, do we care that he is not with us? Is this
I
a
don't
problem?
trust him.
I mean, he may be he was definitely seeking that cure.
What
mean-
cure? What did he say?
He had boils on his skin that could not be cured.
Boils, you say?
Yes.
I believe the term was pustules.
He starts to like look through other books, and he's like, "Yeah, that
Pustules.
frightens me. If he has pustules on him already, that's not good. Unfortunately, I think your friend may have fallen to one of the dark powers of the place. If you wish to go after him, you should stop him soon before he gets into trouble. I will hold that book for you here. Don't take it down with you. Can't risk it getting lost. But if you wish to descend to the lower levels of the temple and find him and stop him, you must hurry, because the powers here are dangerous."
I mean, we don't wish to, but it sounds like we might have to, honestly.
Well, I guess then, before we go, is there a specific thing we need to know about this dark power that you say could be associated with the devil Strahd, so that we can deal with that quickly as well if we're going down anyway?
You cannot deal with it quickly, and unfortunately, you will have to deal with Strahd before you can deal with powers here. The powers here it's akin to, you wish to catch a catfish right now, but you're looking at whales downstairs, if you understand what I'm saying. It's not exactly in the same vein of comparison. Strahd is but a small drop in a much larger ocean.
Can we separate those bodies of water, though? That is my interest.
So, if you're looking to stop the flow of the tributary, as it is, this metaphor is getting out of control. But yes, Yes, it can be done, and this book will tell you more that I've given you. But
All right. All right.
you cannot do it today if that is something that you wish to do, because it will require you to incapacitate Strahd, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's that's on the agenda. Charles, what do you think? Do we go after Vilenius and then read a book?
Can I recall the last time I saw him? Vilnius.
He was poked in the door and talking to you guys. He was in there with you while you were getting tea. He was listening to Xanther talk. Pretty much as soon as you guys got to the library is when you don't know where he went.
And alright. Okay.
And Xanther points one spindly skeleton finger at the dark staircase in the corner and goes, "That will lead you down into the depths of the Amber Temple. But I warn you, you must be strong of mind and of heart, and don't listen to anything that anything down there may tell you. And be careful, there are deadly things down there. It is not a safe place."
Alright.
Okay.
What is a whale?
So pretty much at this time, if it's all right with everyone, I think we should take a break because cutting spot before you guys adventure off to do whatever. So we're gonna take a quick break. 20 minutes sound good for everyone?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick 20-minute break, and we will be right back.
I've been muted this whole.
You're good now. You're back.
Hi,
We're
Jake.
back. We're live. Pew pew pew.
We're live. What? Oh, sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I guess to us. That's weird. I just kicked something in my room. Anyway, we are live and back with the second half of today's Amber Temple adventure. So, yeah, those of you who have just joined after the break, welcome. All right. So you guys were last talking to Xantha about possibly going downstairs after your pustule-laden friend. Are you going to go downstairs?
Yes, I guess.
Yep.
Vic, how are you about seeing the dock? Good?
Good, man. Yeah.
Excellent. So Charles is still the liability in the dock. Perfect.
I cast light on myself.
Gremin and Charles, you want to lead the way?
Yeah, makes sense to put me in front, yes.
Sure.
All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna switch maps.
Map switch.
You guys descend stairs. Darkness.
Dun dun dun.
And find yourselves upon this stair. Let me know if you can.
Yep.
Find yourselves upon the staircase into this room, which I will read the description for you. A golden marble staircase with black marble railing hugs the north wall as it spirals gently up a 30-foot wide shaft. Lying in the middle of the room are 6 rotting wooden crates. The amber-covered walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas-relief of kings, queens, pharaohs, sultans, attended by myriad servants. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves, and standing in each alcove is a tall, rough block of amber. 2 wide cracks have opened up in the south, filling rubble and shattered pieces of amber on the floor in the southeast corner of the room. I will say the one to the west, the golden piece of amber, is broken and in pieces upon the floor. There is nothing within this one. Oh, I should have freaking music.
Is there anything in the other 2 pieces of amber?
Oh, there seems. Hold on. I am going to put some very creepy sounding music. Not that you guys are listening to it, but those watching are.
Listening. I'm listening.
I can hear it.
I keep it very quiet just so I can hear everything else.
Same.
So what are you guys doing here?
What's in the other 2 ambers?
You're not sure. Charles Henri and Vic, the 2 of you. Well, let me say this. Charles Henri, remember that I told you had a sense of creeping malevolence from down here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bad. This whole area is just bad news to you. Vic, your inner self is poking you, going, this place is terrible, and there's just awful things here, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm. There's maybe my sense of scale is off. We should the amber is not that far away, right? Is it like cloudy? Like, why can't we tell what's in it?
It's a little cloudy. There's just dark centers inside of them that you're not really sure what is within them.
This place is cursed.
Julia, I'm gonna kind of lift a hand, and I'm gonna kind of touch each finger with my thumb, and as I do, motes of light appear over my head, and I kind of like gesture them forward, and I'm gonna cast dancing lights to kind of swirl around the southern amber pile thing, whatever it is, just so it's lit up in that. I mean, Charles gives off light, but now this one down here is fairly lit up.
And while he's messing around with that, Gremlin's just going to walk right up to it.
Yep, perfect. And I will enter the room and go to about here. Oh, hi, Lark.
Same. I
Great.
was just about to say the same thing. Sorry.
So there is an inscription on gold up on the wall above this, and it just reads the word Tenebros. Tenebros. Charles, you don't like that name. Maybe you're not sure why. Something about it bothers you.
That sounds like the name of a dark power. I will look to the other one that I'm standing near to see if there's also a nameplate.
Who is standing right in front of that? Gremmin?
Yes.
Gremmin, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Sure. It's my best stat, don't you know?
I'm sure it is. Oh, look at that beautiful
yeah.
5.
I got a 5.
Yeah, that's
The
great.
best stat.
That's great. You don't know why, but you just have this overwhelming urge to touch the amber.
Oh god.
So you're gonna touch the amber, I guess. Good news is, nothing exactly happened. However,
Nothing exactly happens?
you see in your mind's eye this form of just darkness. And it tells you
Oh no.
that you could have its gift if you choose to accept it. And you get this idea of just shadow and power and like a very if you choose to accept it, like you could have all the power of this darkness. And also there's more. Yeah, you also feel like it kind of whispers to you, and it's like, I can. Don't you want to live? But I'm gonna say this: you don't feel compelled. So even though you felt compelled to touch it, you do not feel compelled to choose the gift. It is asking you.
Could you
Yes or
repeat
no.
what you were whispering? I think you broke
I'm
up a little bit
sorry.
on my
I
end.
might have
No,
broken up.
sorry.
It says, I can help you live forever. Don't you want to live?
Oh, I do not want to live forever. That sounds like way too long. It's not. No, thank you, but
Do you
no, I
reject
will
my
pass.
gift?
Yes, I am good. Thank you.
And as soon as you say that, you find yourself standing in front of this amber hand, kind of away from it now, and that's it.
Do not touch statue is going to ask you if you want to live for way too long.
But one is broken, so whatever's inside may have escaped. I would like to look at this one I'm in front of, the one on the
The
I mean,
east?
define way too long. I mean, Larkspa's going to live like 800 years.
I was just thinking
Oh.
that. Yeah, I'm good.
Statues say forever. I
Do
do
you
not know
touch
how it
Long
would do
enough.
that, but
Charles Henry, are you touching it?
I'm going to look at it and see if there's also a nameplate.
Roll me a wisdom save.
That would be a dirty 20.
oh,
Yeah, you don't feel compelled to touch it. Not only that, but you get a picture as you're sort of staring at this thing of something that's undead, like kind of like a like figure or something within the amber, kind of reaching out to you, like wanting to ask you if you'll accept its gift, but you know with the power of the Queen that this is not something that you would want. But you know in your mind the name of this is Zudun the Core Star.
You're awful. These are awful. All of them. They're bad.
he's not need to insult it. Why is awful?
It is literally like the corpse maker or whatever. It's terrible.
I make lots of corpses. You do not complain about me.
I think it is the
Makes a good
embodiment
point.
of undeath.
Oh, and yes, you would not like that. I understand.
So actually, kind of as you're standing near it, the knowledge also kind of comes into you, Charles Henri, that if you were to accept the gift of this creature, you could have the power to raise ancient dead. Like no matter how long ago it's been around, you from the dead.
Yeah.
And even then, this voice sort of reaches out to you, like, would you save your friends if they died and you couldn't get to them, like, wouldn't you want to help them?
It may be their time. That is what the gift of the Raven Queen is. Yeah, this is terrible. It will offer you anything and everything just to tempt you.
Gremlin, can we call you the Corpse Maker from now on?
That's awesome.
Is fine nickname. Yes, thank you. I like.
But I am curious. Locks, but Dominic is the one that is broken. I want to know what.
We're opening this
escaped.
crate. We'll get to that in a second.
Wait, what?
I, bel
I just heard both of you at the same time.
I was saying there's a broken amber thing near you, and I wonder what was inside it.
So beneath it, there's nothing there, it's just empty. However, there is a golden sign above it that says the word vampire. Vampyr.
Gremlin, did you escape out of this?
It's
No,
Gremlin.
I've never been here before.
I'll trust it.
Larkspur,
Okay.
who do you think opened the vampire casing? Who do you think could have done that?
I mean, Gremlin.
So we got 2 monsters locked away in Amber, and 1 monster that got out that we're inevitably going to encounter. Do we think the other 2 are going to break out on their own, or with someone else's help if we wander away? Or do we need to deal with them now while we're here?
Roll me an Arcana check. Whoever was curious about this.
Sure.
16.
Nice.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Vic? You're pretty sure this shit's gonna escape any minute now. Like, it could just break out and grab you, and it's gonna be awful. Especially like the Corpse Star and that other thing, Tenebros. Sounds scary shit. Gremlin, you're pretty sure that the amber them, like, it's holding them. It doesn't seem like it got out. You touched it just fine and nothing happened. Yeah, it kind of reached out to you, but it doesn't seem like it can escape from where.
I think these things are certainly going to get out.
No, I mean, it's fairly. I touched it and nothing happened. I think they are contained for now.
One of them got out already.
One of them got out, but it probably got out with some external help. For instance, is there rubble around the base of the broken one?
Yeah, it's all over here.
Does it look like it came from inside, or does it look like it was broken from the outside?
No, it looks like it felt like, you know, if you're gonna roll me an investigation check. Whoever's gonna look at it.
I'll take a look.
Let's
Now
do
that
some
Gremlin's
CSI
asking
work
and-
on this. Yeah,
Me and Lark
Oh,
are over there.
Jesus,
I'll be
Gremlin.
like, all right, let's take a look.
Gremlin, you're rolling off the charts tonight. I don't know what's happening. Gremlin suddenly has become like Gremlin PI.
Was compensation for a terrible wisdom save is all.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
Okay. So
What-
Gremlin, go ahead.
Sorry, what are we rolling? Because I'm next to him, so I can. Okay.
Investigation.
Just in case that's not going to hit it. Who knows? My investigation kind of. Well, no, 7.
Okay.
My 25 should be all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
none of
you
you
did
are
get a high
really
one.
sure. You're like, there's just rubble everywhere. I don't really know. Bremen, you're 100% sure that it came from the inside. So whatever, it broke free. But again, you're positive of your former thing that something helped it get out, even though it was broken from the inside. You're like, yeah, no, something external had to help it out.
I think what happens is if you accept gift, it can break free. So someone took this gift and let whatever was inside out.
I have a theory.
I would imagine. Go on.
I don't like it, but I have one. So right, that these look like prison cells. Maybe not classic prison cells, but the amber is keeping that spiritual force inside. I'll bet no one's really been down here, or very few people have been down here, since asshole Von Zarovich went over here, and I point to the busted up amber, opened up this cage, and the spirit went in him, did something with his butt. I don't know. They are now together.
I mean, maybe it happened likely the day that he, whatever, enfeebled, Xantha.
I mean,
No,
if these are dark powers of unknowable ability, maybe
Speaking
he
of-
sort of. Yeah.
Dominic,
did that.
as you're musing about this, hear again Katarina's voice in your head, over here. And it sort of like whispers from the crack in the fissure in the wall. But there's
We are
nothing
not
there.
alone. And Dominic will kind of nod in the direction of the broken wall.
I'll
There
walk
is
Are
over
we
to
ever
the-
really alone with the power of friendship?
Also, I will say he's not the only one that heard. I will say that Charles Henri, you heard it too. It kind of sounded a little like melody to you. Larkspur, the captain of your first ship. Gremlin, you didn't hear it, and for the sake of we need to solidify some things, Vic, I'm gonna say you didn't hear it either.
Okay. Well,
When you heard the over
Dominic
here.
said something, I was saying
Yeah.
I walked over to the crack just to look at
Perfect, yeah.
how big what's going on over here. What is the
So
state of this crack?
it looks like an earthquake maybe happened here, so the rock split, and there are two natural openings side by side. The openings are 3 feet wide, 8 feet high, and 10 feet.
10 feet deep, you said?
Mhm.
Does it appear to go into another room, or are they just
It
like cracks
does,
into
as a
them?
matter of fact.
I think we could probably squeeze through here if we want to see where that vampire went.
Well, there's only way forward, but I do not think Vampire went this way.
Oh, here, let's check these crates before we move on, yeah?
That seems reasonable.
Always thinking about
Great.
loot.
It's
Smart.
not. Listen.
Smart,
it's
Dominic.
practicality,
No,
Remen.
is absolutely. I agree completely. Is good idea. Let's check
Crates
rates.
could be filled with tiny vampires.
You know, that wouldn't even shock me. At this point, wouldn't even surprise me.
Tiny gremlins.
I would be a little surprised. I'm not Vampire, Larkspur.
We'll see.
Yeah, true.
We did. We did. You're so. Or Icker. Be fucking careful not to smash this one, please.
Right. I'll be very careful with my
Thanks.
crowbar.
Thanks.
Okay. So, you guys begin to open the crate. The first two you open seem to have nothing in it. It's like, okay, this is just, shit. And there's nothing in here. As you move the third crate, first thing you notice is, hey, there's a teleportation circle here. Because you've seen them a couple times before. You're like, oh yeah, dude, this is totally a teleportation circle. Like, this, I've seen this before. Pretty much at that time, it starts to light up. Oh, this is sweet music. It starts to
this
light
music.
up. Yeah, right? It starts
Wasn't
to
me.
light up
Wasn't me.
with
Wasn't me.
magical energy as suddenly the rest of the crates break open, and also you are suddenly surrounded by vampires. Please roll me
Right.
Oh,
initiative.
There were little vampires in there.
Well,
Vic,
You
you
are
are
right.
I'm prescient.
Spoke too soon.
Jesus.
I'm on the wrong layer, which is why I
All
can't
right.
move them. I was like, why can't I move them?
Let's roll with this guy.
I really hope
Whoa.
they're like dwarf and halfling vampires.
So they're like little vampires. Like how big we talking?
They are normal-sized vampire. One of them's a halfling vampire.
Oh, I rolled
Sure.
well. I hate that for
Why
me.
not?
Guys, everybody roll really, really good, okay? Just do it
I
for
will
me.
let my dice know, Caitlin, that you want them to roll well.
Please. 'Cause
Do
I
all
rolled
of these
good.
all of these vampires look like Jonathan Lipnicki?
Sure. No.
Okay,
All
that was a
right.
little bit of a deep cut.
I'm gonna roll some initiative.
Oh.
Jesus.
Okay.
I also rolled really well.
Garbage.
I rolled too well, arguably.
Oh, hold on. I gotta see these now because I'm like, if y'all rolled less. Oh, damn. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Sam's ahead of me. Charles is ahead of me. We're good. It's fine.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
there's a
I know you
vampire
just rolled them
spawn
all. I
right
gotta
up my
write
butt.
it down.
I'm not a fan.
I don't want to go first.
All right. Grimmin, you rolled 15.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the only one on the turn order, apparently.
Charles Henry, you rolled initiative 22. Nice. Okay. Larkspur.
18.
15, 18. Sorry.
18. It's okay. My mic cut.
It's fine. You're good. Vic.
I got a 23, and I also rolled a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a huge waste of 20 to me.
I've been there, buddy.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Would have loved it that 20 was for the roll of the showing off, not the ability to go face plant.
Well, I guess I gotta roll for
vampire.
these guys too when they show up. Oh. That was a great roll. Great roll.
I'm even using my pink Dominic dice, and they are failing me. Failing me.
Put them in jail.
Okay.
I don't dice jail. It's not a thing I do.
All right. So top of the order is Vic. Vic, what are you gonna do?
So with my bonus action, I think with my bonus action I can cast Shillelagh, right? So I'm gonna do that.
I believe bonus action. Bonus action.
And then I'm gonna run along this wall behind this amber thing, and back around this wall, and then I'm gonna Shillelagh this guy.
Nice.
I'm taking the longest flashy route to the guy that was 10 feet away from me to begin with.
You guys just kind of watch as this homeless
And
guy
I'm
just
like
kind of
jumping off the wall and like hitting him with the staff.
Yeah, you watch this homeless guy kind of unfold and just parkour all the way across the room. This other vampire spawn. It's a very impressive display.
I got a 27 hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
I didn't even have to look at the armor class to know that.
I have to like think of my. None of my numbers on my sheet are right because once I cast Shillelagh, they changed. I'm trying to redo it in my head.
I really like this music, and I'm
takes-
really digging it.
16 damage.
16 damage?
Yes.
Nice.
And
Do
then
I
get
have-
to hit.
Is it magical damage? Just to check. Actually, it doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And no, just like bludgeoning.
It is with the magic staff. So I believe it is just magic bludgeoning damage. Yeah.
Cool. Just checking. Okay. I wanted to make sure there wasn't any other type associated. Great. You definitely hit. It definitely did not like that. It definitely like as it like hisses at you, just gross vampire saliva.
Yeah, 1 sec. Sorry, I'm looking at my powers.
You're fine. I was about to say anything else.
Yeah. If I want to stunning strike something, do I have to forego doing damage in order to stunning strike it? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm also going to spend a key point to try to stun this vampire. So he has to make a Constitution throw DC 7.
Nice.
All right. Very good.
Okay, now I'm going to hit him again.
So you just kind of watch. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
that's good to know.
Yeah. He, she. Whatever. I haven't just. Whatever.
The vampire is
now
stunned.
Perfect.
got-
I'm sorry. I love that the chat is speculating what you are. It's just amazing.
I think that Lori might be right. I think Lori's onto it.
I got a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Well, I can tell you what he's 5 levels of.
You said Shillelagh, and I'm like, friend?
Yeah.
Friend?
I had a moment where I was like, double druid?
Yup. But I think Lori's right.
And then 10 damage the second time. And then that was my bonus action, my attacks, and my move, so I think that's my turn.
Nice.
Like this music.
All right. Me too. I'm just trying to get my calculator to come up. I'm just gonna use my. Sorry, I'm trying to calculate damage.
Now I get to read chat.
I
Sorry, what was-
love our chat.
What was the damage on that second one? I'm so sorry. It like
I think I
erased
said
it.
10.
Yeah,
Is that what I
that's
said?
right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Less than the first one.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So the vampire goes from looking great to not looking great. Like, really. All right. That is Vic. Charles Henri. Oh yeah. So this happens. Does anything special happen, or you're just pretty much like hitting the shit out of him with a stick? Like, is there anything specific that's going on with you? Nope, that's it. Okay, great.
I'm
You did just
whacking him with a
parkour.
magic stick. Yep,
You did just parkour along the walls though, so that's impressive. All right, so that is Vic. Charles Henri, you're up.
I sigh, and I will move forward. Julia, I will draw an attack of opportunity from this boy right by
It
the
will
crate.
attack you. It attempts to claw you as you walk by. Does a 19 hit you?
It does.
Great.
As it goes to strike him, I seem to reach out and my fingers dip into reality. They just seem to disappear into the force of reality, and I twist and I'm gonna try to move Charles out of the way.
Nice.
I am bending luck.
Nice. Is that new for you?
It is.
Nice. I like
It's
it.
the only reason I'm a 6th level sorcerer.
What's happening?
Hey, Charles,
Bending
music.
reality. It's just cool.
That's
Don't even
awesome.
sweat it, dog. All right, so Julia, I'm going to take 4 off of that attack roll.
Okay, so I was going to roll off the attack roll or off of the damage.
Off the attack roll.
So 19, 18, 17, so does a 15 hit you?
It
Charles
does
and
not.
And it misses. So as you bend reality, you watch as this claw kind of comes forward, and just like there's like a ripple almost in the air, and the claw is there, but Charles Henri is not, and the vampire kind of is like, and that's that.
I take
as it
another step forward, but I stay within range. I hold up the amulet of the Raven kind, and in a 30-foot radius, I cast Hold Vampire.
Oh!
What?
What?
I require a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw for every vampire within 30 feet of
Wow.
me, which is every single one
Yikes.
of them.
That's every one of them, huh?
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5,
that's why I
6.
moved.
Okay, so
Jesus.
are they all? That makes them like stunned, effectively.
No, it
right?
makes them
Like,
paralyzed, which is worse than stunned.
and they can't roll to save, can
It's
they?
a DC 15. Wisdom.
Immediately or on their
Immediately.
turn? Okay, let me see if I can hit it. Roll a whole bunch of d20.
Are they at disadvantage because of your bullshit?
No, this is one of the
them
special.
should be, right? No,
No,
but
no,
the stunned one probably
This is nope. It's wisdoms. They're
Really?
they're not. It's a regular roll for them.
Okay.
It's a special unique power to the Raven kind amulet. Hold Vampire.
Ah,
I've
It's
never
the
used
coolest
it.
Power of that.
I'm surprised you haven't used it because you have been up against
I didn't
vampires.
have this when we fought Vampire Spawn.
Okay, 2 of them pass, the rest of them fail. So the one that is stunned also fails. I'm gonna say
Bad
so
for
the
him.
2 that have failed are the ones that succeeded, or the ones that are in the ones that just appeared from the circle in the back. So
Okay.
those 2 succeeded, everyone else failed.
So the
The
two.
ones that you are in melee with all failed.
All right. So that is my action. As a bonus action.
Can't take that. That sucks for them.
Yeah, that's rough because if you
Rough-
attack
that's
them,
rough, buddy.
if you attack them in melee, you crit them if you hit.
Oh!
Just to give you a heads up. As a bonus action, right between the 2 stunned. Actually, no, that's fine. Bonus, I will move here, and as a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon at
Okay.
2nd level, and I will attack
Okay.
this person.
All right.
Well, damn, Charles.
How do I change their health on the thing? Is it just on the menu?
You
on
click
the
their
settings?
token, and then you just click into that box that's their health and hit
Perfect.
minus whatever. I
Yeah,
may
I
not
think-
hit even he's stunned, Does an AC 15 hit the vampire spawn to the right of me?
Does. It just hits.
Oh, great. So, alright. Yeah. I do not think it crits because I don't think it counts as a weapon attack. Oh. Melee attack, it does. Alright, so it crits.
Ooh.
Great.
Alright, tell me the damage.
Not great, but good enough. So 10 force damage as a spectral raven claw strikes down the one behind me.
Great. That spectral raven claw, yeah, kind of like rakes through it, and a long scratch appears on the vampire's face.
Alright, I'm finished.
Alright, Charles Henry's turn. Larkspur, you are up, friend.
Are these vampires currently paralyzed?
No, they are not.
Yeah.
They look like they just kind of shook their heads when it happened and shook it right off. You saw the magic just kind of wave right over them.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at 3rd level and put it over them. If somebody could help me draw that, I would love you forever.
Please.
You're only gonna be able to get one or the other.
That's fine. Yeah, I forgot it was 10 feet. That's okay. It's a-okay. I'm gonna put it on this guy. This one right here.
Sorry, which one left?
Yeah. Sorry,
Gotcha.
left.
Moonbeam.
You
And-
have a teal moonbeam.
Perfect. Thank you. You have to make me a con saving throw.
Yes, I think I do. I crit.
Okay, so you take half. So you're gonna take 7.
Owie.
And I'm just gonna chill and end my turn there.
Right. Alright. Neat. Okay. You're gonna end your turn there. Alright, then that is Gremmin's turn.
I am going to. So here's
that's a good question. Is Moonbeam radiant?
It is. I'm sorry. I should have specified. It is radiant damage.
Okay.
Big time.
I should have
That is
specified that.
important. Thank
Apologies. Yes.
No, that's
You will
fine.
take
If any
7
of you do
radiant damage.
Please let me know.
Yeah. That was my B.
So here's something I don't know. If I shove, is that my whole attack action? I can't attack after that?
It replaces one of your attacks, brother.
It only replaces one of my attacks.
Yes.
Great. In that case,
You're like, oh, good. Hey,
in that
friend.
case, I'm going to run up there and possibly take an attack of opportunity, which is fine.
Who did you run past?
No,
You ran past the one
they're
that Charles Henry was
paralyzed
fighting?
as shit, man.
Oh, they're
good.
paralyzed!
Shit. Yeah,
Sweet.
No, they're good.
Great. I'm going to shove this vampire into the moonbeam.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Do it.
Is that
Fuck
is that
'em
an
up.
attack roll? What are we doing here for this?
You make an athletics, they get to make an acrobatics or athletics versus your roll.
Great. And Gremlin is going to get really mad when these vampires appear.
Okay. Really mad.
Really angry.
Hopping mad.
And so he's going to make this athletics check
Are you
now.
teeth mad? Are you claws mad?
Oh, right. Okay. So
Are
when the
you
vampires
tail
appear,
mad?
Gremlin sort of snarls and just stretches his head a little bit, and you see an enormous spiny tail pop out from behind him, and just sort of get ready for action a little bit there. And he's going to run up and shove this vampire.
Boom! We just punched.
How's a
him.
26 do?
Oh, that
Oh.
hits. Oh yeah.
Great.
It's a contested roll, Jules.
Oh wait, it is. Sorry.
Yeah, you can use the vampire's acrobatics or athletics, whichever you choose. Probably acrobatics. I bet their dex is better. my guess.
What's my number I have to hit?
26.
26.
Oh no, they fail. Oh no. Oh no. Nowhere near that.
So someone takes a trip to Moonbeam Town.
All right. I have rolled. So, I'm rolling damage again. Would you make a con save for this?
Doing it right now.
Cool.
I totally fail. I rolled a 5 on the die. That's not even.
Sweet. You take
Yeet.
15 radiant damage.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, I hate it.
Jesus.
I don't know why it sounded like Gollum screaming, but it did. That
I
was
mean,
fine.
me too. Me too.
Me too. When I wake up in the morning, no, it's fine.
And Gremlin is going to move up and follow up with his
I'm gonna do my
sword.
Okay.
And
Very
he's
good.
going to recklessly attack this vampire spawn.
Excellent.
Also, Gremlin, please be careful near the moonbeam. Like, please.
Yes.
Please.
I will make sure I am careful. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just
Does a
cool.
28 hit?
It does.
Great.
Yeah.
Take 10
Oh,
slashing.
Fire!
Take 10 magical slashing damage, please.
Okay. That is now.
It is
Yeah,
not
that
radiant.
vampire looks awful. But it did take radiant damage this turn, which is all right, so is that your whole shebang?
It's the whole shebang for now.
Dang! It is now Dominic's turn. Dominic, fuck him up.
cool. I was like gonna like cast stuff and do stuff, but like I just look at this vampire like, okay. And in a sort of dancer's twirl, I pull my rapier as I spin. It lights on fire at the apex of the spin, and I thrust it into this vampire's chest.
Ooh,
Nice.
I'm casting Green Flame Blade as
of
mine.
course you are.
I threw my dice on the ground, so I'm gonna reroll that.
This is my new favorite combat song I think I've ever played for us. I think I'm gonna have to do more modern combat songs for us from now on. 'Cause it's so
All right.
cool.
So I'm gonna guess AC 23 is a success.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
crit
close. No,
this
it's
fucking vampire. So that's rapier dice. This is Green Flame Blade. Oh, do I want to have moved first? Can I get 2 of these buggers? I cannot. That's fine. That's okay. Julia, do you want fire damage separate?
fire damage actually. No, I don't need fire separate.
26 damage as I
Okay.
thrust my blade into him.
26.
26.
And that vampire goes from being just fine to not being fine very quickly. Okay.
Excellent.
That is the end of your turn?
I'm just gonna move over there, and that is my turn.
It is their turn. They are paralyzed, most of them. Gremlin, the one right in front of you, though, is going to reach out for you.
Great.
Let's see if it hits. Does an 18 hit you?
It does not.
It misses. It tries to reach out for you with a claw. Misses entirely. It's going to try and bite you. And it misses horribly, as it just is so much in pain from this moonbeam that it just can't seem to do anything. The one on the other side is going to try to get out of the moonbeam. It's not difficult terrain to get out, right? It just takes damage on its exit.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right, give me the damage.
It would take damage on start of turn.
Start.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
All right. Okay.
Maybe.
That's okay. That means they both would.
So I'm rolling their damage, correct?
Yeah. Or no,
Okay.
'cause they
Wanted to make
failed.
sure. Did they failed?
No. I'm sorry. I'm still rolling con saves, even at the start of their turn. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting Moonbeam.
That's okay.
It's been a while. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I'm like, all right, second nature. one of them failed the con save, one of them made it, and the one that's on you is the one that made it. The one that is on Gremlin failed.
So one takes 15, the other takes 7.5. So 7.
So 8.
Boom! He's dead now.
Yeah, that one in front of Gremlin is looking terrible.
I'm sorry, Dave is killing me in chat right now. I just have to say.
I'm not reading it. I'm not sure.
Wait till you catch up. It's a ride.
I have to unfortunately do math instead of, Anyway, okay, yeah. So meanwhile, that one that comes running up to you, it's going to attempt to bite and claw you immediately. It reaches out with its sharp nails. Does a 25 hit you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Please take 8 slashing damage.
All right.
Actually, no, don't take damage. It's going to grapple you.
Oh shit. Okay.
And as it grapples you, you can make your attempt to fight it now or no. No.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. So then later.
Okay.
Yeah. And as for the bite, does a 17 hit you?
No.
Then it tries to bite you, even though you're grappled. Weirdly, it misses, but you are grappled.
She's
Okay.
lithe. She's dodgy.
I'm like, ooh, fast.
Okay.
Julia, you can make a wisdom save for the 4 that are paralyzed at the end of their turn. DC 15.
Good. They are very sad that they can't do shit. No, they all fail. They fail terribly. Wait, I actually have one. What's the DC? 15?
It is 15.
Alright. So as this all happens, the one that's in front of Charles Henri suddenly sort of like shakes the magic off and looks at him and goes, ah! But that's as far as it goes. It's the end of their turn. So that is that. And it is now the top of the round again. Vic, you are up once more.
Cool. I'm gonna whap this vampire again twice. I'll just roll both my attacks at once if that sounds
Okay,
fine.
sure.
I got a 1 critical hit, and
Okay.
the other one is covered up by a thing.
If you hit,
Oh,
you
it was
crit.
a 9. I got a the one crit and with the 32, I'm assuming hits. And the other roll is a 21.
You hit on
Yeah.
both.
And both count as
Okay.
crits, Sam, because he's paralyzed.
Both count as crits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. What do I do with
Paralyzed
my...
is fucked.
You
double
roll double damage. Double your damage.
doubles?
Your dice, not your mod.
dice?
Dice,
Okay.
sorry.
Do I add my bonus to each dice, or just my bonus once total?
Once
Once
per hit.
total, Sam.
Once per hit.
Per hit. I do 35 damage.
That's impressive.
Please describe how you just destroy this vampire spawn for me.
Yeah, like in a very ungraceful way, he just like brings his staff over his head and just pounds it into the vampire until the vampire is just on the ground.
Great. It dead. It very dead. Alright, that vampire disappears.
And then I guess I'll take other actions, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got your
He's just a
movement
bloody
bonus.
pulp. That vampire is now a bloody pulp on the floor.
And if I were to position myself in a flanking way for one of these other vampires, it potentially would give one of my party members an advantage, yes?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to run 5, 10, 15, 25. If I go here, does whoever this token is have flanking, or do I have to move fully to the opposite side?
Wait, I'm sorry, what was the question?
I'm trying to understand where I have to position myself to flank. Can you all see the map?
Do we do flanking?
We have not done flanking,
Yeah.
although I am considering changing that because most other games do, so I just feel bad that I'm the only one that hasn't. But that means the villains also
Flanking
get
is
flanking.
a very optional thing, so
Okay.
We have not done flanking, so
I'm
you
happy
can
to
go
just do
wherever you
something
want.
different. Okay, I'll go somewhere else. I'm gonna go up here. And then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
I would say, Sam, you do have your bonus action free attack as a monk.
Yeah, you can karate chop for free.
Don't I have to spend?
It's key if you want to, but it's free for one.
Oh, I get a free one for one?
It's your unarmed strike, yep.
Okay, then I'll punch this random vampire in the moonbeam, I guess. I can't stab him, right? I have to punch him. Yes?
Correct, it has to be a martial arts.
Yeah. 20.
Hits for sure.
Uh,
I don't know if it's the same thing. I'm gonna check this right now. Hang on.
9 damage.
9 damage?
Yeah.
Alright. He's still up. Doesn't look good, but he's still up. Alright. Is that your whole turn?
Yep.
Charles Henry, you're up.
I look at this one in the eye and go, I'll be right with you. And I stand over there, and I pull out my great sword, and I raise it above my head, and it sheathes in fire, and I will green flame blade the paralyzed one with all of my bulging muscles.
This is about to be bad.
Yeah, this is gonna get bad for them.
I miss. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
No!
So I imagine, yeah, with the -5, I don't hit. It's very pathetic.
I can't help you.
Listen, this is very bad. So that is my action. My spiritual weapon will, just so I want to free up Gremlin. So my spiritual weapon will float over and attempt to smack the one Gremlin is fighting. And that will be an AC 23.
Right. Yep, you hit.
That would be a total of 5 force damage.
Alright. Please tell me how you destroy this vampire.
So the raven talon floats and is like illuminated by the moonbeam, and as it does, it kind of scoops some of the moon energy and slams it into the creature.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
I feel good.
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong guy. Whatever, it's fine.
And then my Lenore will hop off my shoulder and give Larkspur the help action on whatever she decides to do next against this vampire. Unless she just moves some moonbeam, but I don't know. And I'm done.
Okay. All right. Then it is Larkspur's turn.
Well, I'm gonna try to get this fucker off me, I guess. So, what do I do? Strength thingy? Right?
Yeah. Strength.
Okay.
See.
You can make an acrobatics or athletics, Tate, your choice.
Alright, let's see which one's
pretty
better. I'm
low.
gonna...
So.
What'd you say?
It's a pretty low escape DC, so you might get out.
Well, I doubt that. I got a 10.
I will say
You do not escape.
you do have advantage because Lenore is trying to help you.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna roll again!
Nice, Gene. Nice.
I got an 11.
11!
Yay! Still doesn't get out.
Blast.
Thank you, Lenore. I'm sorry. I'm just so distracted at this point by the big chompers in my face.
Ah. So you're you can do anything else for Apple?
Bonus
I guess.
action.
Yeah. Got any bonus actions you can use?
Let's see. Let's find those out, shall we?
I think she can move the moonbeam.
I was gonna say, can I move my
Nah, that's an
moonbeam?
action.
Takes
God,
an action to move the beam.
Fucking fuck. Okay, where do I find my bonus actions in the features and traits, right?
Can you Misty Step out of a grapple?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Can I try to do that?
You should
Can I try to do that?
1,000,000%.
Can I please try to
You
do
can just
that?
you can just
Okay.
pop right out.
So I've not successfully done Misty Step yet, so let's see how that goes.
Perfect. Great. You'd be grappled by a vampire. You're like, fuck.
Badoom. How do I go about that? 1 second.
It just happens.
just
You
do
just
it?
spend the spell slot.
You teleport within 30 feet of your current position.
Larkspur will do that with a peace sign up and then stick her tongue at the vampire as she goes.
Put yourself where you like.
I'm going to. Do not worry. How far can I? Yep, that is where I'm going. All right, let's click the scroll.
Upstairs. What are we doing?
There.
The vestige next to you just is like, would you like to live?
Fuck off.
Piss off, ghost.
I'm busy. All right. It is now Gremmin's turn.
Gremmin is going to carefully walk around the moonbeam and rush the vampire that was grappling Larkspur.
Yeah.
And be sort of confused about where Larkspur went for a moment. But Gremmin is going to attack fairly recklessly with his sword. I'm assuming that 27 hits.
27 absolutely hits.
So that vampire will take 15 damage.
Okay. That vampire is still just up.
Great. Then Gremmin will follow up with his second reckless attack.
Okay.
And murder it.
And
Yeah, basically.
hit with a 17 damage.
Yeah. Okay, please tell me how you destroy this vampire.
So Gremmin's first attack will come in low and try to take out the legs a little bit, and then follow up with an overhand slash that bisects the vampire, at least part of the vampire's head, and just splits it a little bit, and
Nice.
will remove his sword and turn to face whoever is remaining.
Alright, there are 3 vampires left at this point. It is now Dominic's turn, unless Gremmin is still not done.
Nope, Gremmin's done.
Okay, Dominic, it is your turn.
I kind of call out, the corpse maker strikes again! And with another dancer's flourish, I kind of hop on this crate, and then on the hop off as I move up here, I will lunge with the rapier. I keep throwing my dice on the ground. That's not where dice go. I hit this dude. I rolled a 17.
Yes, you do. I'm sorry. The chat is literally killing me.
They're on fire tonight.
They're on fire. Guys, bring this energy every week, please.
They're on fire.
I can't with
I
them.
will
I
deal
I gotta stop
another
reading it.
26 damage.
Nice.
Dominic,
Nice.
how do you kill this vampire in front of you?
So this vampire has been frozen the whole time, and Dominic has been very like, ha ha, ha 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 ha, and doing all these spins and moves, and almost like a practice dummy. Dominic stabs it once through the chest, and then a second time through the other breast, and then seems to kind of make a triangle, hitting it a little lower in the abdomen, and will kind of flick the sword up, and a fiery line kind of gets cut up this creature's body, and it will burn away.
Perfect. As this creature disappears. Alright, so now, suddenly, the 2 remaining dudes sort of look up as if hearing a voice very far away. And they start running into the moonbeam, actually. So they're gonna take damage. Also, they get attacks of opportunity.
Well, one is paralyzed, so I don't know how he's running.
Oh, wait, I guess he's not gonna run, so never mind.
They
One
run
is not.
into the moonbeam?
Yes, they run into one of them.
this. I'm so
moonbeam.
ready.
Right. There's a thing here. It runs into the moonbeam and disappears. However, it does take as the teleportation circle around it sort of lights up and it just vanishes. However, I do need it to take damage. So Larkspur, roll me some damage. It takes half. Yep, everybody take attacks on that guy.
Do I also get one because it runs past?
Yes, it runs past you. You guys might kill it before it can
That's
escape.
just one single attack, yes? It's not like a whole.
Yes.
But I can use my staff versus I don't have to punch it.
Do you want the damage, Julia?
Yes, please.
20 radiant.
the chat. Yes, 20 radiant. Okay, cool.
20 radiant.
Does a 19 hit?
Ah! That's what
Does
hit?
a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
That dude dies.
He dies. Most likely. Yes, a 14. No, a
13.
14 does not.
13 magic bludgeoning.
All right. Yeah, that guy tries to escape, but he pretty much hits the moonbeam, and between the attacks and hitting the moonbeam, just dies. So there is one vampire left that is paralyzed in the room with you that's trying very hard to get to the teleportation circle, which is slowly lighting up, but it can't go anywhere. And this is actually where we're going to stop game today, because Caitlin has to leave early, and we're going to stop. Unless you guys think you can take him out in 10 minutes. You can
I
probably
mean, that vampire is paralyzed, and we all can just...
Okay, Caitlin will just miss closing announcements then, but that's fine, because she'll go. But, alright, so then let's just quickly run through the order then and see what happens. So, Vic, you're up. See, you guys might just destroy this in like 5 minutes.
We're talking about just one paralyzed vampire?
Yeah,
Do we
I think
just
we'll
want
be
to say
fine.
that we beat him up and he dies?
Yeah, can we
I'm
just
gonna say that
we
you
did it?
beat him up and he
Okay,
dies, because
cool.
there's so many of you, and it's a paralyzed vampire. Cool. You take him out in extraordinary fashion. We all saw it. It was amazing. It's great. So now
Tales
it
will be
is
told of
dead.
how we killed that last vampire.
And you are left alone now in this dark room.
I did say the boxes would be filled with tiny vampires. Just want to go on record.
Two of them appeared. The rest of them were in the box. I'm going to say in the time that it took you,
I do.
in the time that it took you to get rid of the vampire too, it faded. Like it was lighting up and then it faded. Like it was almost like they were going to leave via the teleportation circle, but now it just. Okay.
Or anyone can come through it. Period. Julia, there are literal symbols, right, that make this circle. And with my magic theory, as much as you could call it that, do I believe that if a section of these symbols were missing, or like essentially if the circle gets broken,
yes,
cool.
Yes, if
So
you destroy that, yeah.
I will kind of sling my golden lyre in front of me, and I'll kind of look around the circle, and I go, here. Yes, I think that'll do. Fuck this stupid circle. Fuck this stupid circle. And as I play the song, you watch as the ground in front of me almost seems to cave and like separate away like it's mud for a moment. And after 2 or 3 verses of fuck this stupid circle, the rock becomes solid once again, but there is a 5-foot gap where there is, the stone is separated and broken.
All right, great. So you do that, and the teleportation circle to just sort of fade. The light of it fades, and the magic sort of dissipates. You have destroyed this teleportation circle.
How's that, Charles?
I think that is perfect.
You hear a whisper again, the fisher. Over here. This time you all hear it. I'm gonna say, Vic, we haven't really talked as much about like significant figures, but it sounds like someone in your life that's like important to you, which is weird because they would not be here. And your inner self is like, no.
Have we checked the rest of these boxes? Like, is there anything else in there? Or just
there was
cool.
just vampires in them, and they're just
another set of vampires.
Yeah.
There's no more crates left to be opened with more vampires inside. Okay.
No, there's no more crates left. They're all either opened and trashed, or empty crates at this point.
Okay. If we go back over to these cracks in the wall, can we see what's in the room on the other side?
You can just see something amber on the other side. Like there's amber everywhere in here, so that's not unusual. Yeah. You can kind of see like an amber figure. You have 60-foot dark vision, right? Cool. Yeah, you can see. You can definitely see at least 8 feet high, maybe higher, the back of a statue of some kind. That's just a big amber statue in the doorway.
Do I see more crates?
Nope, no more crates. You're very
Alright,
concerned about crates.
It looks like there are more of these statues. However, there are no more boxes filled with vampires, from what I can.
Let's count our blessings while we have them. I suppose into the breach, my friends.
I suppose we shimmy, yes.
Great. You guys are gonna shimmy through, and that is where we will stop the game as you start to enter the
Mid-shimmy?
dark crevasse after the dark voices that call to you in the rest of the Amber Temple. Ooh, I'm very excited. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. It's good to be back. We've missed you. And please bring this energy because it's amazing. We have not discussed yet when next game is. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, so we will let you know. There will be content on this channel pretty much every Friday otherwise, so regardless, something will happen next week. So we will see you next week, whether it's Strahd or not. We got one follower during this.
Yeah, so we got between streams.
It's Avi.
Well, we got it's Avi, which is our friend Sam. We also got Taco Farm earlier yesterday, and thank you players and creators for the raid.
Oh
yeah, thank you players and creators. We always appreciate you guys, and yeah, come see us on Wednesday over at that channel too. Yeah, and again, you know what we're all going to be doing, so you know where to find us. We love you. Have a fantabulous rest of the night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.